You got it. Is it upside down or anything?
What's that?
It's time for Marion County High School football. Let's go.
Welcome to Dunnellon High School. I'm Galen Unold, and I'm joined by the troll.
I'm here.
John Ivory.
WOC.
Don't wear it out.
How are you today, John?
Hanging in there. I've had better weeks. We're not going to talk about why, but
yeah. Well, maybe at halftime we'll see. We'll see what the score is.
Let's focus on some football right now.
Amen.
It's a good distraction right now.
Absolutely. Hey, tonight we've got the best football game probably in the entire area code of 352. I don't think you're going to find a better game tonight between the Dunnellon Tigers, who are undefeated, 5-0, the second time in a row they're going to finish the regular season at 5-0, and the Westport Wolfpack, which, let's be honest, are shocking the county with their performance. This is a team that hasn't had a winning record in nearly a decade.
Absolutely.
With one of the best quarterbacks to ever come out of this county. And here Steve Rim in his first year has turned it around. He surprised some people beating Forest. Those of us that knew going in knew.
Oh, I had that predicted the right way. I'll just point that out right now.
Yeah, Nostradamus.
Yeah, but it's like you said. I mean, Westport 4-1. I think we can agree they are definitely exceeding expectations right now. Turn me up. yeah, it's have some volume problems. Yeah, I think they're definitely exceeding expectations right now, and it's going to be exciting for tonight because there is a lot on the line tonight. Tonight, what's on the line is the Marion County Championship. There's no official trophy for it, but it's something that is great for bragging rights. And with everyone in the county, with the exception of Trinity Catholic, being forced to play one another this year due to the whole new COVID schedule that we do have, it's we are able to basically determine a county champion. And the way this is going to work is Dunnellon just needs to win. They win the game, they are the county champion. End of story. Westport, if they can figure out a way to win tonight, and they are the long shot tonight. They are the big underdog, especially not having Savino, who's out with a broken collarbone. But if they are able to figure this out and pull one out, we have a three-way tie for first place in the county. Dunnellon High School, Westport High School, and Vanguard, who beat Westport but lost to Dunnellon in a nail-biter of a game, and it was a very controversial. Was it a catch? Was it a not at the end for Dunnellon? That's a discussion for maybe another point of
We'll talk about that throughout the game.
Yeah, but I've been very vocal about this, and hopefully Jody Phillips is listening.
You have no chance of making this happen.
If And I don't see why we can't have it happen.
There's plenty of time between now and the playoffs.
Plenty of time to make this happen. But if Westport wins tonight, why can't we get a three-way shootout? It doesn't have to be a Monday night. Monday is just how it used to work back when they used to determine the district champion. But why can't we get a three-way shootout going between Westport, Dunnellon, and Vanguard if we get the three-way tie? And for those of you that don't know what the three-way shootout is, let me explain real quick. Basically what you do is you get together, 3 teams in one night. The first team, whoever has the best overall record, because this was based on district records. So if there was a three-way tie for first place in the district, whoever had the best overall record would get home field plus a bye. The 2 teams that didn't have as good of an overall record but the same district record would play 1 quarter. Then the winner of that quarter would go and play the other team for the district championship who had the bye. And if that team who had the bye loses, then they play for second place against the team that lost in the first quarter. So it's a neat deal. They used to do it on a Monday night.
Right.
Because the way you would have to do it is you'd have to fit it in before the playoffs start.
Correct. Which would start on Friday night.
Yeah.
Now, with the way this would work, it would be a coin flip situation.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe paper, rock, scissors. I don't know.
Maybe a race.
Maybe a foot race. That would be fun because Farmers lost a lot of weight.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. Who are you taking in a race? Steve Rems and Farmer
how long?
and Price
40
Harris.
Yards?
Price Harris
40
all got.
yards?
40-yard dash.
Now, Steve was an NFL wide receiver, but he's got a broken neck.
He's got some injuries. He's got
a broken neck.
I'm not taking Price. Let's just
No, Price is out. Farmer may just decide he's just going to take out Steve if they're running at the same time.
I think Farmer's got something up his sleeve in the race. I'm giving Farmer the nod.
I'll agree with that because at 40 yards, Steve Rem's not slow.
No,
he would.
No, he's definitely the fastest one, but it's a matter of whether or not he can finish.
But he would get a shot.
Yeah,
because he would come. He would hey man, he'd come into practice. He goes, I feel good today. I'm going to play some quarterback
now
because I got a shot. I feel good.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
shoot Steve up with some
correct.
cortisone.
Oh,
he wins that race all day.
Going away. All right. Well, let's get back to the action. In John Ivory's world, the ultimate troll. Again, he wants the 3-way shootout. It's not going to happen. But let's talk the fact that there hasn't been
the principal's here. Maybe we can talk to her about it.
We could. I don't think she cares, as long as there's no COVID.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, this will be the first county-wide champion we've had in 15 years.
Yeah.
True county champion. I got in an argument this morning with Tom Schmitz, who said, well, it's not a real county championship because Trinity's not there. And I told him, look, I've seen Trinity film. Trinity isn't going to beat either one of these schools.
Well, and Trinity had every opportunity to be a part of this.
They didn't want
wanted
it.
to. And
they
didn't want
it.
to be. So if you don't want to be a part of something when you had the opportunity, then you know what? You don't get to be up for debate for that accolade.
I mean, at some point, we're going to have to really question why. Why didn't they want to be a part of it? I really think at the bottom of their heart, they thought the FHSAA was just going to come down and shut it down.
Yeah.
And if they did do that, guess what? They could have gone back and scheduled games.
It's exactly what happened. Basically, Marion County had not made a decision yet on what they were doing, so they just went ahead and took it upon themselves to make their own schedule and do their own thing. And I really can't blame them for that. If I was in their shoes, I probably would have done the same thing.
And they're getting more games.
Yeah, they're getting more games.
They're getting, I think, 9 games.
And they're playing a much tougher schedule, which,
absolutely.
in my opinion, is going to probably prepare them pretty well for the playoffs.
I think they're getting beat up a little bit now.
Yeah.
Because they're playing against much bigger schools.
Yeah.
With bigger rosters, and I think they're starting to feel that.
But you know what? I'll say this, though. Going back to the history of the county championship and everything, I remember when I played at Bellevue from 99 to 2003, and even before that and a little bit after that, we always used to have this county championship.
Yeah.
But the team that never used to play anyone in the county that back then was Dunnellon.
Correct. That's correct.
Westport didn't exist back then.
That's correct.
And Dunnellon, they actually would never play anyone. And there was always that argument because Dunnellon was always very good, too.
Yeah.
They were
Well,
always
they were
very
a
good.
3A school
They were
back
3A
then.
school, but they made the playoffs every year. They would go 9-1, 8-2, 10-0, just about every
Yeah,
year.
that's
but,
fair.
But they never played anyone.
But they
here.
were so much smaller back then.
Yeah.
And they would occasionally play North Marion.
Occasionally.
Yeah. But no, that's fair. That's fair. Well, let's get back to the game tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk about the Wolfpack offense because that's the question mark. Right now, what does this offense look like without Gavin Savino? We know against Vanguard.
We've seen what it looked like against Vanguard, and it was not good.
Now, the difference in that game is this week it's just Savino. During that game, they were losing.
They had
Lightsey out, and Velasquez was out, and Chisholm, who made the miraculous play, was out.
I think Calvin
Williams was out. Tonight, Chaz Seidel, who made that miraculous throw where Buster went up and got it to score that touchdown in overtime.
And it's the only touchdown pass to be thrown against Forest High School this season, too.
That's a good stat. You just pull that out?
That's a stat, and it's a fact, too. And just because it happened in overtime doesn't mean it's not a stat. Going to throw that out right now.
Hey, the troll is alive. But again, when you look at Chaz Seidel, he's a senior. Coach Rims had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. You and I know John really well. Coach, by the way, I know a lot of you guys are looking for Coach Kaz. The feedback I get is that John's a troll. I'm not very good, but they love Coach Kaz.
Yes.
Coach Kaz is out. We wish him well. He's got an ear infection, so he can't hear anything, which is not really a shock if you've ever spent any time with him.
I'm just wondering, I thought only little kids get
ear
infections.
I saw that, and I was waiting for you to say something on that because he sent it to us in a group text, and I'm like, oh, John's not going to let that go. Yep. John, let it go. That's respect for your former coach. But anyway, tonight I'm very interested to see what Steve Rim does with Seidel, knowing what he can do now and what he can't do. Couple of good things. Dante Miller is back at the running back position for them. He's a guy who hits the hole really hard. That's going to help them. They made a change at the offensive line. They moved Will over to the guard position, and then they put Marani Hopkins is going to be at center tonight. That is a big deal, right? That is a very, very, very big deal. So they're expecting for the first time the Wolfpackers going to pull. They're going to pull their guards. They're going to pull their centers. And they even have a left tackle. They basically have, and you don't see this, they have that sweet play that USC used to run all the time to national championships, and they'll actually run that student body left a lot tonight.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I think the logical thing for Coach Rem to do tonight is to try to chew up as much clock as possible, not having the thrower behind under center. However, I don't think Steve really does a lot of logical things tonight. It's going to be a game. This tonight is a game of chess. It's a game of chess, and he is going to try to confuse Dunnellon defensively, and he's going to try to confuse the coaching staff. I'm not sure if he's really worried about trying to chew up the clock.
I
don't think so.
I've seen Chaz Seidel throw.
Yeah.
They can't throw. They're not going to throw. If they get behind and they have to throw, it'll be a blowout.
But you know what?
He cannot throw.
But listen, if you are Westport, you're the big underdog, you're not expected to win this game, you have nothing to lose tonight. You literally have nothing to lose.
Sure, I understand that.
And losing is not going to affect your standing in the playoffs. Tonight is just really for pride for the county more than anything.
And I know Steve Rim wants to win, and we have an interview with him that we'll play here in a couple of minutes. So, Nick, stay close because we will hear from that interview soon.
Let's talk about you want to talk about
I do. Yeah. But I want to end with this. In order for Westport to win the game tonight, they have to run the football effectively and for yardage. Now, getting to the Dunnellon offense, their quarterback is Trent Townsend. I've known this kid a very long time. He never lost a football game in his Pee-wee life. He hasn't lost a regular season game outside of his freshman year. He lost one game, and that was to Vanguard. He plays with a kid named L.J. Fitzpatrick, who I've got ranked in his class of 2022 as the second best wide receiver in the county. And I'll put that in the whole 3-5-2. as a second best wide receiver. He runs incredible routes, has great hands, and gets open. He's just not as explosive as Burt.
Well, and watching them during warm-ups, I'll be honest, I've never seen Trent Townsend in person. I've seen him on film. He's impressive on film, but really when you get to see how well a quarterback can hum a ball, it's in person. And watching him hum that ball on those deep outs and comebacks during warm-ups was impressive.
He is and Steve and I had a chance to coach him in the Pigskin Classic, where they used to take the 8th grade All-Star team. And we had a chance to coach this kid. He's huge. He's been the same size again.
He's a big boy.
He's 6'2", 218. He wears number 15. Tim Tebow's his hero, and you can't get a better role model than Tim Tebow. He's more of a Jared Lorenzen.
That's what I was going to say. Kind of his body type's a little bit like him.
He throws a great deep ball, and he throws an incredible slant. And the ball comes with some passion behind it. And if he tucks it and runs it, he's going to run over dudes.
Yeah.
That's what I expect to see tonight. The way Dunnellon's offense is, their offensive line is small. Where they'll get you is in these just chunk plays. They may be in 3rd and 15 and all of a sudden pick up 35 yards and then get sacked twice or 2 plays for loss.
Yeah.
And then another chunk play. Or like at the end of that Vanguard game where Trent Townsend puts it dead on the numbers and Fitzpatrick goes and gets it. When the first time I watched that, I said, that's a catch. The second time when you slow it down, you realize, okay,
it wasn't a
catch.
It was not, but you know what?
But I didn't see. I'm not going to blame the official because he called what he saw,
call to make.
And he never saw the ball hit the ground.
Well, and the fact of the matter is listen, the receiver had the DB beat. It was a great throw. At the end of the day, if the DB was just in a position to make the play,
correct,
you don't put that in the ref's hands.
Absolutely.
So we can't be mad about
that.
It
was a good. How about this? It was a good no call because the ref saw. He called by what he saw and not what he thought.
Yeah.
And that's all you want from an official.
And, you know, and going back to Dunnellon and their success as of late, they pretty much have turned into the crown jewel of Marion County. They have now beaten Vanguard 2 years in a row.
Well, 2 out of 3 because Vanguard beat them in the playoffs.
Okay. But that being said, you know, they are kind of the crown jewel here. And
this year, they're the best team in the county now.
And I think a lot of that is attributed, and we were talking about this earlier before we came on the air, is their youth program being the Pop Warner. You know, they don't get involved with MCYFL based in Ocala here in Dunnellon. They have their own Pop Warner program. It's all based here at the high school. They get the full support from Price Harris and his staff. And it's a feeder system like you would not believe.
Price Harris is out there.
Yeah, and they are in their they're in their own world. They're in their own bubble here in Marion County. They're far enough from all the drama and all the crap that goes on with transferring, who's going where in Ocala, to where they don't get affected by any of that stuff here in Dunnellon. And quite honestly, they've developed a culture here, per Price Harris, in terms of kids don't want to leave. They want to stay here. And they have really built a lot of pride. And these kids start developing that pride from the time they are very young in that Pop Warner program to where they bleed the black and red colors.
Yep.
You know, so it's something special that they've built here. And I think most programs, I wish a lot of programs could probably take a page out of this playbook that they're doing here at Dunnellon High School.
Yeah, and then we're going to get in the MCYFL issue, and they don't like me there. I'll put it that way. I'll just leave that there. But tonight, the field is beautiful. This is one of the better stadiums. The grass is always good because it's old and it's very mature. Got a good white cap tonight. This will be a good crew.
Who was the crew tonight?
I don't know their names because I never say their names. I just recognize how many times they throw a penalty,
and
they're pretty good.
I know who
they're
these
pretty
guys
good.
are. They are pretty good.
I do want to mention what a great crowd tonight. It looks like the Westport Faithful. One of the things I love about this stadium is we are actually sitting on the visitor side.
Yeah.
So if you're watching on through the camera, you're looking at the home side. And I think right now
we have our own press box on the visitor side.
Yeah.
You don't get that too often at many places.
No, it's the only one in the county.
Yeah.
The only other one that's even close is at Citizens Field.
Yeah.
So, and that's another great place to call a game because they've got the old stacked press boxes.
You know who else has that where you have a press box on the visitor side is Leesburg.
Correct. Yeah. Not anymore.
No?
Called a game there last year, and I thought they had an old press box.
They knocked
ripped
it
it
down?
out.
Really?
And they're like, yeah, you're going to be right here. You said you wanted to be on the visitor side. I'm like, what happened to the press box? Oh, we took that out over the summer. I'm like, I can't. And it was raining. I'm like, I can't be in the rain. I'm not. I can't be in the rain. There's equipment.
Yeah. Well,
And so they put me in the press box right next to the PA guy, and he was screaming. So it became a shouting match. And guess what? I'll win that. All right, but here we go. And defensively, I think both teams are fairly close. John, what are your thoughts?
we give him my prediction? Is that what
Yeah,
we're doing?
you want to give a prediction? I know.
Oh, I've already put it out there. I
Yeah.
think Dunnellon wins the ball game tonight, 20-13. I think under normal circumstances, if Steve Rem didn't have 2 weeks to plan for this, because they had a whole bye week,
Yeah.
so they've had 2 weeks to plan for this. I think under normal circumstances, I think Dunnellon probably wins bigger.
Yeah.
But I think they've been really practicing hard for this. I think it is going to be somewhat of a defensive battle. I do think that Dunnellon got exposed a little bit against a tough defense in Forest last week. So
And I, before you go anywhere
Yeah.
else, I had a great conversation with Will Cotney. He said Elijah Russell was unblockable. He said he's so long, I could not get my hands on him to block him.
Really?
And Elijah Russell had an incredible game against Dunnellon. That's why he shut that whole edge down.
Yeah.
All right, but let's
20-13 Dunnellon. That's
I
my
like that.
prediction.
It's not terrible.
And I just think in the end they're going to be too much for Westport tonight.
That's not terrible. All right, so we're going to step aside because they're about to do the national anthem and everything else. And when we come back, you're going to hear from Coach Steve Rim, the head coach for the Westport Wolfpack. Back.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
2 Men in a Truck.
I'm back. That's right, Tom Schmidt's back on WOCA with a show called Ocala Talks. We'll talk about everything Ocala and surrounding areas, plus a little bit of sports as well. Every weekday, Monday through Thursday, 11 to 12, Tom Schmidt's with Ocala Talks, right here on WOCA 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source. Check out Tom starting October 1st. That's Thursday.
Have you
WOCA.
Welcome back to high school football right here on WOCA The Source. I'm Galen Udall, and we're watching the JV game with Coach Steve Rim. And Coach, first of all, huge win last week, beating the Forest Wildcats at home. That had to feel good for the program.
Yeah, it was great. Kids put in the work during the week, and everybody was already amped up for the game, all the kids, and just to see some of the kids that they played with last year and some of the coaches, it meant just a little extra. And I didn't even have to do anything to kind of pump them up for the game.
Well, you said extra, took extra time, and what a play at the end. And you drew up a play. You had a lot of trust in your backup quarterback and your go-to wide receiver and Buster.
Yeah, I think that play is still sitting down there about the 10-yard line on the sideline because I drew it up in the dirt. Well, with our offense, the terminology allows us to do so many things so many ways. So it was easy to call. It was just coming up with the right scheme based on what I thought they were going to do on that down. So I'm glad it just worked out.
And then on the goal line, when Forrest had the football, you made that huge fourth down goal line stand. You really stepped up and made a play from the defensive edge. Talk about that. Did you do anything special on that play?
No, just told the kids to pin their ears back and play good Westport football. We saw the set. They usually don't get into the eye, which I'm not sure why or what. I mean, that's on them. But when we saw the eye, we knew it was going to be a run. And Chisholm did a good job of coming off his block and going upfield and making a tackle on Krim. And anybody in the county will tell you that's not an easy job.
No. And are you shocked you called the timeout so you could see the formation. It looked like they didn't change a thing after the timeout. Were you surprised by that?
No, I did it. I wanted to see what they want to do, and common sense say if you got it playing once, you're probably going to just emphasize something to make sure somebody does something. And I just took the risk, and I'm glad it paid off.
Again, huge win for this program, and now you're going to face an undefeated Dunnellon Tiger team that's coming off a huge win against Vanguard a couple of weeks ago that they won in the last second. Right now, they're arguably the best team in the county. How do you feel about playing the Dunnellon Tigers?
Well, we're happy for us because after everything that these kids been going through, we actually get a chance to play for at least a piece of the county title. And, only thing we could do is no districts this year. So that mythical county championship, it means a lot to these kids. And that's just our next goal. After that, we'll look forward, and I guess it's the playoffs next in a couple of weeks. But right now let's get this county championship.
And again, you already have a winning record, which I know is one of your goals, but now it's just win tonight and then really look forward to the playoffs, right?
Yeah, and we got the luxury of not having to play a play-in game. So we do have an extra week. We don't have any film on Spruce Creek as of yet, and it's a good thing because right now our focus is totally on Dunnellon.
All right, so let's talk about the game. What do you expect? I mean, your defense last week, 2 weeks ago, played outstanding. And you're really starting to move the football on the ground. That offensive line is really starting to turn around.
Well, what we're expecting tonight, is just play our game and just to get out there and grind and get a chance to compete is all these kids ask for. They'll take care of the rest. The coaches will dot the I's and cross the T's, but the kids are the ones with the broad strokes. Get it, Gavin. Come on, Bryce.
Again, we're watching the JV game, and Coach, I'll let you go with this. I always ask this. What are your predictions for this game? How many trick plays are you going to run?
Oh yeah, I'm back.
Are you back?
I don't know who that guy was last week.
You said I'm not running any. I didn't know if I wanted to believe you. That's true. So how many are you going to run tonight? Friday. Well, you don't tell me you don't know, because I know you in your head. You know which ones you're going to play and in which situation. So how many are you going to run? How many do you have planned for?
We have 8.
No. How many of you game plan to run?
8.
You practice?
8.
8.
And 3 people never seen before. I promise you.
All right.
And it's going to be the biggest shots.
All right. Always a pleasure. Again, we'll be back right after this.
WOCA.
All right, welcome back to Dunnellon High School. I'm Galen Unold, sitting next to John Ivory, and the Wolfpack have just taken the field. And again, all night we'll be on the visitor side, so the crowd in the background will actually be the Wolfpack crowd, and the crowd you're watching will be Dunnellon.
And I'll be multitasking tonight with the camera.
All right, get crazy.
I'm gonna try to control this thing a little bit for everyone tonight. I'll even maybe do some zooming in, making sure we're on the play if we're on one side of the field. So we'll see.
Again, this is your first time you're getting a chance to see this Dunnellon Tiger team. I think you're going to be incredibly impressed by how good Trent Townsend really is. I mean, he's got a rocket ship for an arm. This is his second year as the starter. Last year, he had a chance to throw to arguably the best wide receiver to ever come out of Dunnellon with Frazier's.
Yeah, with Frazier's, who's now University of Florida.
UF, playing well.
And I think he's a star in the making.
I really do. He's better than Freddie Swain, and Freddie Swain was a star. Now he's a star at Seattle. So I'm really excited about tonight's game, just to be able to watch Trent Townsend.
I'm going to go on a limb here and say that right now, Dunnellon may have one of the best cultures and traditions, if not the best in the county, right now.
I want to think about that. Vanguard's been in the regional finals 4 straight years. You can't take that away from them.
I'm just wondering what's going on here. Why is everyone arm locked?
This is just showing off. That's all this is. This is just showing off.
Well, I think
it's all the seniors.
Well, Dunnellon did that with the seniors.
Yeah,
it's a senior thing, and then Westport just decided let's just bring the whole team out there now.
Nothing wrong with that. As long as now, I will tell you a couple of North Marion fight. Well, wanted to, because North Marion just went all the way into Vanguard side and into the end zone and just taunted the Vanguard, and I was surprised nobody got thrown out. There should have been fines. There should have been. And I talked to Coach Alford after that. I'm like, what were you doing? He goes, I didn't even saw it. My back was turned.
I remember when it happened. It was all on video and everything.
I said that. I told him, I said, come on, man, that's crap. You gotta be able to control your team. But I like Willie Alford. But again, the coin toss has been made, and Dunnellon's going to receive.
These kids are hyped up right now. I'm telling you right now, these guys are hyped up. The fans are getting pretty rowdy right now. I'm excited. I think we're going to see a great football game. I think we're going to see a little bit of chippiness tonight. And, yeah.
Good crowd.
I don't
Great crowd. Maybe the biggest crowd we've seen all year.
Yeah.
I told you this. COVID would go away with the election.
Well, yeah. Well, are they still following the rules in terms of how many
really
people can come in the stadium?
I really don't know. This stadium's huge.
Well, I think they are. I think because if they weren't following the COVID rules, there would be a lot more people on the home side right now. Because typically they pack the house.
They do. They do.
Especially a big game like this.
Well, again, Wolfpack are going to be kicking off, and Dunnellon's going to receive it. They're going to move from our right to our left. Back deep is going to be LJ. I'm going to call him LJ all night. Yeah. When you know a kid since he's 7, you don't call him by his last name.
By the way, a little bit off topic right now.
Yeah.
Talking about COVID. How much have you heard been talked about in the news the last 5
None.
days?
It's not a bad thing. Back there with LJ Fitzpatrick is Christian Fayshaw. There's no way Westport should kick this ball to either one of those guys because they're both pretty dangerous. So the kicker puts his foot into it. It's going to be picked up at the 20 and fumbled. Picked up by Fayshaw at the 19. He breaks the tackle. Breaks 2. Carries a guy and gets over to the 35-yard line where it will be 1st and 10 for Trent Townsend and his boys.
Yeah, and also that was Trey Stokes on the tackle, number 22 there for Westport. So decent little return. But, hey, the key thing is they can pass the 35. So
no, that was a good, not a great kick, but it was an effective enough, and they had good coverage after Ball puts his foot into it. So here we go, 1st and 10, 11:52 left in the first quarter. Trent Townsend, the big man, wears number 15. He's 6'2", 218, just a junior. 2 wideouts each way. He's going to look to his right. He fires into the slot. Has a guy who catches it at the 38, and he's brought down. After about a 2-yard gain, it'll be 2nd and 8.
And that's our guy there, Kemo Mathis on the tackle. And it looks like Elijah Hopkins came in and cleaned up. And I take it back. That was Chisholm.
Yeah, that was
on
Chisholm.
The tackle.
Yeah.
Chisholm on the tackle, and Elijah Hopkins came in there and cleaned it up.
It was a good play. Again, good throw there by Townsend. Just got rid of it.
Just a quick little screen there.
Yep. All right, so now they're going to do an offset eye pistol formation with a shotgun. Townsend's going to look to the sideline, get an audible. Now they're going to switch the fullback to Townsend's right. 2 wideouts to the bottom. They're going to give it to the deep man. He's going to pick up maybe a yard, maybe 2, depending on the spot. It'll be 3rd and long here.
You know, good job by Westport there. Trent Townsend, he called an audible. All the audible was is he switched the running back to the other side to shift the run play because he saw a hole, he saw a gap. And then when he had his running back switch sides, all Westport did is they shifted that way to where the run play was going to limit the ball carrier to now get a 3rd and 5. So great recognition there by Westport. Morani Hopkins on the tackle. That
was McCants on the carry. 3 wideouts now to the bottom for Townsend. He's going to hand it to the running back who's knocked down in the backfield for a loss. It'll be 4th down and a long 6.
And again, it looks like that was a combination of Morani Hopkins and Larry Brooks on the big tackle there. So they were not going anywhere there. So the Westport defense completely stepping up. And surprisingly enough, 3rd and 5, and they don't throw a pass play there with the quarterback they have under center.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. I think Price Harris is just trying to get it going. Before we go any further, I need to thank our sponsors, and that starts with McCarson Electric, who's sitting right next to me. Call them at 352-812-4486. McCarson Electric for all of your residential, commercial, and even medical equipment need. The punter puts his foot into the ball, and it's going to be a shanky-looking thing. It's going to bounce out of bounds right at the Westport 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Wolfpack.
Well, I'll say, and our sponsor, McCarson Electric, they actually came and worked on my house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And?
Yeah, did a great job.
That's all you got?
Yeah, did a great job for me.
Was there any?
I think. Well, I think he made his money back on the sponsorship.
Well, good. Good. And if you notice, there's no promo code. But no, seriously, call David if you need any electrical.
His guys came in and they were professional and got the job done.
I'm sure they wore a mask. 352-812-4486.
Actually, I told them they didn't have to wear one at my house.
Here we go. We got a 3-back set. Old school T
That's
formation.
the Notre Dame team.
They're going to give it to Hopkins. Hopkins goes to the left side, picks up maybe a yard.
What did I say? He's not going to do anything logical tonight.
All right, so Chaz Seidel is the quarterback, but now he's going to come to the sideline. Now they're going to change to a completely different formation as Buster comes in, and McCarson's going to come out from that tight end position. And let's see what they run here. You know, they ran a lot of 4 tight ends against Force pretty effectively. So now they're going to go with an offset eye with the big man Brooks in front of Hopkins. 2 wideouts to the bottom, 1 tight end. They're going to give it to Hopkins. He hits the hole, scoots and scats, picks up 6, gets moved ahead over the first down, over to the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Wolfpack.
What Hopkins did a good job there is he found the cutback lane, and he cut it back to the backside and got the extra yardage that way. And I tell you, 2 plays now, and Steve Rem comes out in 2 completely different formations.
And personnel.
Yeah, and personnel. This is a nightmare for any defense.
But that's what he does. I mean, this is anybody who's ever known Steve Rem knows he loves formations. They're going to give it to Hopkins again. He's got 4, falls ahead to pick up 1 extra yard depending on the spot. Looks like it'll be 2nd down and 6.
You know, I have a feeling that Hopkins might get about 40 carries tonight.
Well, he's coming off now because Dante Miller is back after the concussion protocol after that cheap shot he received against Vanguard. We're at the 8:15 mark here at Dunnellon High School. No score between Westport and Dunnellon. Westport's moving from our left to our right. This is their first possession. They're going to run straight out of the eye, 2 wideouts to the top. Miller gets it, and he's hitting the backfield. I don't think he got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
It'll be 3rd down and a very, very long. I guess they'll only lost half a yard. It'll be a very long 7.
He wasn't getting anywhere there, and there was just a gang of guys here. It looked like it was really number 54 for Dunnellon on the nice tackle. He's not even on the roster. He's a short little guy, but that entire defensive line just completely crushed Hopkins. He got nowhere.
Now, if the right side
or Dante Miller, I'm sorry.
Yeah, or Dante Miller. The right side of this Dunnellon front is strong.
Yeah.
And the left side just shoots gaps. So let's see if they can expose it. Seidel's going to be in shotgun. 2 wideouts each way. He's going to keep it. Heads over the middle. Picks up enough for maybe a 1st down. Ball came out at the end. He's going to be short.
That's a bad spot.
No, I think the ball came out.
I don't think he got the 1st down, but it's still a bad spot. He should be right. He should be right past the 45. He should be about the 44 and a half, and instead they spot him about a yard short.
Seidel is not small. He's 6'3", 215, so he is a big boy. He doesn't run that well. That was not a pretty run.
Well, he just kind of stumbled around, and they were like, oh, man, we're going to have to get out of the way of this guy.
Right. Considering Westport's punting game, the best thing they could do here is go for it. So they put big Larry Brooks in the backfield all by himself. They're going to send Buster in motion. Nobody goes with him. Oh, he's wide open in the slot. There's nobody even there. And Steve Rim's going to call a timeout.
So it looks like all Westport was trying to do was draw him off sides.
I don't think so. I think Steve found something. If nobody's going to go with Buster, you just give it to him.
Yeah.
You just throw that quick out route there and make him miss.
I think the Dunnellon defense is just, hey, you know what? If you're going to throw it, we dare you to throw it. We're not going to give up the run. That's all that was there, because ultimately at the end of the day, they know what they have at quarterback tonight.
Sure.
It's not Gavin Savino. It's Seidel, and they know Seidel's not the best thrower in the world. So
yeah, again, we are at the timeout there, the first one taken by Westport. And again, I want to thank our sponsors. Really want to thank Life South Community Blood Centers. Please just get out there, give the gift of life, donate blood. We're in emergency need of all blood types. And we're right there on the boulevard at 1607 East Silver Springs Boulevard. Call us at 622-3544 or lifesouth.org. And again, McCarson Electric, 352-812-4486.
You know, if if I'm Coach Rem here, I kind of do that same exact thing, but maybe give it to the jet sweep.
Oh, all right. So they're gonna keep the splits really close. And Seidel fumbles the snap. Larry Brooks picks it up, but he's going to lose 3 yards. And it'll be a turnover on downs as Dunnellon holds. And it looked like Seidel was trying to get out of there just too quick.
Yeah, that was pretty disastrous.
That didn't work.
No, it did not work. I think the plan was to give it to Brooks in the backfield, but unfortunately he fumbled the snap, and that's what happens when you've got a guy under center who's not used to being in that type of situation. So.
Yeah, I don't know if the snap didn't get back there, but no matter what you slice it.
I think what it was is it looked like to me he was too worried about getting done what he had to do before actually taking the snap. The fundamentals went out the door there.
Yeah, and again, that's going to give Dunnellon good field position here, so they'll have it 1st and 10 from the 42 with 6:18. No score. This will be the second possession as we're at the water break. So no surprises there in the first possession by Westport, John. I mean, they did what they are going to need to do. They only took about 2.5 minutes off the clock, though.
Yeah. But they pretty much did run it every play. Did they throw it one time?
They're not going to. Again, if you watch warm-ups are always a great indication of what a team does well. They can't throw the football.
Yeah. Well, I have a feeling that Dunnellon's going to figure a little bit of something out here this drive, so we'll see.
All right, so they're going to have an empty back set. They send a man in motion who picks it up. He gets a block, cuts it upfield, picks up 7, and that'll be second down and about 4 after the spot. They're only going to give him 6. That was Julius Gardner on the carry.
Yeah, that was just a simple jet sweep to Gardner. Got a good 7 yards on the play, and Marani Hopkins, defensive lineman for Westport, chased him down from the backside to make the tackle.
So Trent Townsend's going to go in the huddle only with his offensive lineman. He's got 4 wide receivers and
nice.
1 stand-up tight end. It's an interesting formation. Townsend calls for the snap. Now he's going to throw a quick out to LJ. LJ shakes and bakes and pulls ahead, and I think he's got enough for the first down. It'll either be 3rd and really short or 1st and 10, depending on the spot.
That's interesting. I was watching the offensive line that play. I think Trent Townsend on that play, he had the option if he wanted to do a quick throw or run it.
Yep.
Because the guards pulled from the backside to the left.
Yep.
Why would they do that if it was a design pass play? He has the option there what he wants to do. And that just goes to show the confidence that Price Harris has in this quarterback. He's basically letting him call a shot.
And if you'll notice, he'll get LJ his touches. So that's a hard snap count. It looks like Westport jumped, and that'll be a first down after the 5-yard penalty. The left defensive end jumped over there. That's not a smart play.
No, it's not.
So it'll be an easy first down, and that ball moves inside the 40 to about the 38 at the 4:54 mark. No score. Dunnellon is driving after their initial possession. They had a punt. Westport got 1 first down, and then they turned it over on downs. And so now Dunnellon is driving. Tigers wearing their all-red uniforms with red helmets. Combination set there with turns out to be 5 wide receiver. Townsend's going to hand it off on the end around, and he gets hit in the backfield. Larry Brooks put a pop on somebody. It'll be 2nd and long.
Yeah, really, really nice recognition there by Westport. Simply what they did actually is they brought LJ in on a fake jet sweep, and then the other wingback, who was number 11, Christian Fashaw, he's the one who came in and actually got the jet sweep. So they faked the jet sweep one way, went with it the other way. Westport didn't fall for it whatsoever.
And again, Dunnellon does a great job of getting their athletes the ball as many times in as many different ways as they can. Again, they have 2 tight ends who are standing up. 3 wideouts to the bottom. Townsend's all by himself. He rolls out to the right. He's going to fire into the flats. He's got Fashaw. Fashaw makes a tackle inside the 15. It'll be 1st and 10, Dunnellon.
Yeah, so they actually had 4 wide to the left there. They just ran a simple little flood pass. Outside receiver went deep. Second guy out ran what looked like was kind of a deep out.
Yep.
And then that third guy in the slot, he actually just ran a little bit of a Looked like a short curl route. But
Roughing the passer.
We have a roughing the passer call. So does this get added on to the end of the play?
Yes, it does.
So it looks like they're going to get
half
the distance on top of the first down here.
So instead of 1st and 10 from the 15, it'll be 1st and goal from the 7 for Dunnellon at the 3:44 mark. And there's no reason to hit Townsend afterwards. You're not going to hurt the kid.
No.
He's a block. All right, the clock rolls. There's going to be a bunch set, one wide out to each side. Townsend's all by himself in the backfield. He's going to send LJ in motion. There's going to be an illegal procedure, and that'll move him back 5 yards. And that's actually, after the penalty turns out to be a net loss for the Wolfpack of 2 yards.
I tell you, Dunnellon has been going a lot of empty tonight. A lot of empty
yeah, they will.
Tonight.
They will.
They're trying to spread out the Westport defense, and quite honestly, it's working a little bit on this drive. They didn't do it on the first drive where we went 3 and out.
They don't have a pure running back. All right, so now it's 1st and goal from the 12. Townsend, quarterback, all by himself. 2 wideouts to the top now, 1 to the bottom. LJ goes in motion. They're going to give it to him on the end around. He makes a tackle, breaks another one, puts his foot in the ground, picks up 5. It'll be 2nd and goal from about the 5-yard line.
Yep, just a simple jet sweep to LJ there, and Elijah Hopkins did a pretty good job there at tripping him up, and then the rest of the defense just kind of cleaned it up there. So,
but on that play, you can really see how quick LJ is.
Oh, absolutely.
And when he runs his route, they're so crisp because his lateral quickness is incredible. And that'll be 2nd down now and goal from the 7. 2:38 left to go in the first quarter. Now they're going to run into a double fullback set. They're going to give it to the running back. He heads over to the left side. That's McCants. He needs a block. Dives into the end zone. We're waiting for the spot. Touchdown, Dunnellon Tigers.
Fashaw
on that.
Yeah, Fashaw.
Thought it was McCants.
Yeah, so they just get a complete shift. Brought 3 running backs in the backfield. He had 2 lead blockers along the way helping him go, and he just found the edge and got in the end zone there.
So now Lindenbach will come in and take the extra point.
Oh, they do this. They do this muddle huddle
yeah,
thing.
they never end up doing anything with it. LJ is their holder, and so he just kind of stands back there.
Well, what they do is they hope the defense doesn't line
react.
up to it, and then you go ahead and just do a quick throw, and
correct.
You get the 2-point conversion.
So here we go, 2:24. Let's see if the extra point is good. Good snap, good hold, good kick. It is 7-0 Tigers late here in the first quarter. They lead, and if you're Westport, it just goes to show you the way that Dunnellon can move the football. They love to get the ball in their playmakers' hands.
You know who used to do that muddle huddle back in the day? Spurrier.
I didn't like it then.
He used to do that back in the day a little bit. I think he stopped doing it after a few years.
Yeah, I mean, everybody, once you coach it takes literally 3 minutes to coach.
You know what it does? This is what I've been told by coaches. They said the reason why they do it is because then the other team has to practice it during the week, getting ready for it, and it takes away from practice time from other things they need to be working on.
Yeah, okay. It's fundamental.
That's what I was told.
I know, I hear that all the time, but let's be clear. All you have to do is you coach your players to cover guys. No matter the formation, it doesn't change. Your responsibilities are still the same. All right, so Westport's going to get the ball for the second time.
And we got a 7-0 score, right?
Yes, we do.
All right.
Got to make sure you get the score out
Well, I just
there.
had someone ask me on YouTube.
7-0. All right, there's a little pooch kick, and it's going to be fair caught at the 28, and then he decides that's Trey Stokes. Trey Stokes is like, I've never had the ball before. He had some room to run, but he decided not to.
You got to be careful there. If you call a fair catch, you decide to run with it, they can call a flag on you for that.
Not at high school. If you call that, holding on every call. It's just not worth it. It's just, you're just driving me nuts at that point. All right, 2:23 mark of the first quarter. Let's see if Westport can get anything done here. They got the big fella at center. And, he is big. Tyron is huge.
He's a big boy.
He's listed at 245.
I've
seen, he's bigger than that. Seidal's going to be in shotgun with one running back. He's going to drop back, fires, and it's complete. not the prettiest pass in the world, but the most effective one, and that's going to be caught by Calvin Williams for about a 5-yard gain.
Yeah, just simple little hitch route there. And, Dunnellon Tigers, they're just not giving really any respect to the pass game. They've got the defensive backs giving a lot of cushion.
Sure.
I think they're basically saying, hey, we dare you to throw the ball.
Screen pass work.
Yeah.
Right? No, I'm serious. It will, because I don't know. I think I'm going to see a screen pass at some point. So now he's got Jyleek Barnes in the slot and then Velasquez out wide to the top. Offset I, they're going to do a toss sweep to Hopkins. He's trying to get a block. He gets one and pulled down, but he has enough for the first down. Almost looked like a face mask.
Yeah, that was
a horse collar.
Number 2 for Dunnellon, Isaiah Valicious, and that was a good little stop. They're short.
Wow,
that was a nice tackle there by number 2. Valicious, I guess is how you say his name.
It's not my name. I don't have to say it. All right, so it'll be third down, and what are we calling that? 2? We're going to call it to the 2.
I'd say about 1.5.
All right. You're always going with the under.
Always going
You're
with the under.
You're a horrible person. All right, offset I. Brooks is to the quarterback's left. He's going to give it to Hopkins, who breaks a tackle, breaks 2, picks up 7. That'll be a first down, Wolfpack.
And I'll be honest, I was a little faked out there. They got Larry Brooks a fullback, and he went one direction.
Uh-oh.
He went one direction, and then Hopkins went the other. It was almost like they didn't even use Brooks as a lead blocker there. They just used him as a little misdirection there. And there was some defenders that followed him.
Will Cotney, their best offensive lineman, is coming to the sideline, grabbing his back area. That'll hurt. It'll be 1st and 10 here, Wolfpack. Ball sits at the 44. Their own 44. I formation, there's going to be a timeout by Dunnellon, and I think that's going to help Westport because they could figure that out because they were bringing on offensive linemen. That's always tough. It's a weird. He's stretching it out. I wonder what that is.
I tell you, I've been watching number 78, Big Mason Shep at center. He's actually holding his own out.
He's not terrible. The problem is, and Steve told me this yesterday. He said we could not get the snap underneath the center.
Yeah,
we could not do it. And he goes, you got a new quarterback, you got a new center.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, before I yell at anybody, let me get in there and see if I can do it. And he said, Galen, you have to get deep in there. He said, my boy's got a lot of backside.
Well, usually when you see a boy that big, they're not the swiftest, so they may not be that good of a player, but he's playing well tonight.
Steve loves the man's feet. He says he's got incredibly quick feet for a dude who's big.
Yeah.
There's no way that kid's 218. There's no way in the world.
He is 330.
Yeah, he's listed at 218 on the roster. I formation for Seidel. The deep man is Miller. He's going to fake it to him. Chaz rolls back. He's going to fire into the flats, and it's almost picked off. Horribly thrown ball intended for Leonard Hill. Boy, that would have been a touchdown. Right there for Dunnellon.
he had Buster wide open downfield.
Well, he was looking there. I don't
he
know
was
why
looking at him too, and he just, you know what it is? He got gun shy. He got gun shy, and he said, you know what? I'm just going to try to maybe thread the needle here to the guy that's running the short route. I don't know, but listen, this is what you get when you have a kid playing a quarterback that's not used to playing there. And
he was
not that
open on that post.
That I'm bashing Seidel.
No,
listen,
no.
He's doing all he can do. He is in a spot that, quite honestly, most kids would probably fold at this point of the game.
Absolutely.
And he's not. He's playing hard.
The ball sits at the 44. It's 2nd down. Offset I. Miller is the running back. They're going to give it to Miller. He heads over the left side, breaks one tackle, carries another guy, picks up 5 yards. What a hard run there by Miller over that left side. We know Steve likes to run to the left side. That's where the strength of this Wolfpack offense is.
Yeah, and the difference we're going to get with Miller and Hopkins at running back tonight is Miller is just going to be very north-south, cut and go. Hopkins, he's going to try to cut it back to the backside to get extra yardage. He's going to dance a little bit more, and quite honestly, he's going to be the guy that's going to be able to break away a lot better than Miller is. But they are a great complement to one another in terms of their run style.
All right, so that's the end of the first quarter. Our score here is 7-0. You're listening to high school football right here on WOCA, The Source.
Is the internet driving business to your business? Hi, I'm Michael Warren with Brick City Interactive. At Brick City, we've been putting the web to work for businesses since 1998. We want to help you too, whether you're a real estate office, law office, medical office, manufacturer, retailer, a church, even a radio station like WOCA. We love to help businesses grow, and we have the knowledge and experience to make it happen. We offer professional, affordable web design, mobile responsive websites, search engine optimization, social media marketing, web video and promotions, online advertising, and more. Whether it's time for a redesign or whether you want to kickstart your existing website, let us help. Mention WOCA and we'll give you a free, no-obligation search engine optimization report for your website. This free report will give you practical steps to increase your search ranking. It's our gift to you from Brick City Interactive. Call us today at 352-351-1131 or visit us online at brickcity.com.
All right.
WOCA.
Welcome back to Westport against Dunnellon at Dunnellon High School. Westport comes out in a 3rd and 7. They try to draw Dunnellon off sides, and I thought they jumped, but the referee called it on Westport.
and the fans here for Westport are not liking it right
well,
now.
if you look at it, it looked like the wide receiver moved his hand, and that's all it takes. And it was right in front of the official. It'll be 3rd and 12 now for Chaz. They're going to be in the I formation. They're going to need to pick up a chunk if they want to get a first down here off a 4th down. Double tight end. They're going to run the option. And I thought the ball came out. Chaz gets pulled down for a loss of 3. He's got to trust his guy.
Yeah,
no confidence back there right now.
And number 21 for Dunnellon, that was Jermaine Fashaw. He looks like they got 2 Fashaws on the roster.
They're brothers.
They're brothers, but yeah, Jermaine, he did a really nice job reading that. He just stayed with the quarterback the whole time. Stayed with him, and he just couldn't decide. Well, he couldn't commit. Am I going to pitch it or am I going to keep it?
It may be decision time for Steve. I don't know if he's not happy. I know my man's body language. He's not happy down there. He may be making a change. All right, Buster's going to come in and punt. This is always interesting. Puts his left foot into it, a nice hanging kick. It's going to bounce. It bounces off of a Dunnellon player. Fitzpatrick picks it up. Wow, that was dangerous because it bounced right off of Julius Gardner's shoulder pad.
I'm trying to make way of who that is right there for Westport, but he just did not have awareness there to go and get the ball. He was. I don't know if he didn't realize that it.
I think it was Chisholm.
No, number 3. Number 3.
That's
Jeremiah Lightsey.
Yeah,
Lightsey. So I don't know what Lightsey was doing there, but he should have gone after that ball. Instead, he was waiting to make the tackle, waiting for the other team to get the ball. I don't know if he realized that it bounced off him or what, but he's getting some talking to by his coaches there. They're not happy.
All right, so Towns is going to be in shotgun. 2 wideouts to the top, offset I. They're going to fake it to the running back. Townsend steps back. He fires a deep ball. And he's had a man deep out there. Just overthrew him just by a little bit. And that was intended for McCants. And Townsend took a bit of a pop after that, but 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and that was good coverage there too, though. Hopkins really did a good job of helping out the corner who was on the coverage. It was like the corner was Chisholm. But, yeah, Hopkins did a really nice job of getting over there for the help.
Again, I want to thank our sponsors, McCarson Electric. Please call them at 352-812-4486 for all your commercial, residential, electrical needs. Townsend's got I formation for the Dunnellon Tigers. They move from our left to our right. He's going to run a quarterback draw, and there's a whistle on the play. That was odd. Really, really late whistle. Delay a game? Oh, offsides, Dunnellon. Somebody must not have been set. Weird formation there.
They've been coming out in a lot of interesting formations tonight.
Well, they don't have a true running back, so they just try to get they have like 12 wide receivers. They just try to get them the ball in interesting fashion. So now it'll be 2nd down and 15 at the 10:55 market. Left in the half. Townsend's going to be the quarterback, and to his left is Brady Lackey. They're going to give it to Lackey, heads up the middle, tries to cut back. manages to pick up 2 yards. That'll be 3rd down and 13.
And that was Seidel. Seidel, who's playing quarterback tonight, is also playing defense and made an amazing tackle there to basically hold them to no gain.
Now, I did talk to Steve Rim. He may put Chisholm at quarterback.
You know what I like about Dunnellon though? They have it together. Coach Harris is putting in play. He's signaling in plays.
Yes.
Not making his quarterback go back and forth.
Well, Townsend's too big to do all that. Again, Townsend drops back. He's under some pressure. Breaks a tackle. Breaks 2. Manages to get the ball off, but it's short. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 12. You know, that left side of the line looked like it jumped for Dunnellon.
Well, it's just a great defensive stand though here by the Wolfpack.
They're going to punt.
That was, you can attribute that to the pass rush.
So Hopkins will be back deep to receive this punt. And Drew Linenbach, I know you know the family well, John, is a good kicker. He's got a great foot.
Well, from what I understand, Drew is a heck of a baseball player too. You were talking about Townsend. He's also just as good of a player. I spoke with his dad. Apparently, he's getting looks to get drafted.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love baseball. There's a nice banging kick that goes well over Hopkins' head. Bounces at the 20. It's going to be downed inside the 5-yard line. What a monstrous kick by Linenbach.
That was literally
55-yarder?
No, that was longer than that. It was the line of scrimmage was at the 34-yard
line. Oh, it was
the
35. I was thinking it was the 44.
They were at the 34-yard line. They went all the way to the 5, so you got 40.
70 yards?
No, that was a 46.
He's breaking out his iPhone.
I got to get my calculator.
I thought you were a finance guy.
Yeah.
No spreadsheet, can't do it.
No spreadsheet, can't.
9:57. Now you've got this Westport.
That was a 62-yard punt.
It was a beautiful punt.
That was a 62-yard punt.
That was a hanging spiral. It was beautiful. Hang time of almost 4 seconds. He banged that one.
And like I said, he's a heck of an athlete. You know, he plays wide receiver out here. He's a great baseball player. That his dad used to be the trainer at Bellevue High School, and I played there back during the Brent Hall and Eddie Anderson days.
So Seidel's going to be in shotgun. He's standing inside his own end zone. He's going to drop back. He's going to fake, pump and go, looking for Buster on the sideline, and it's incomplete. Buster had him, just not a well-thrown ball. That ball was not catchable. It landed well out of bounds.
Just a simple 9 route there, and all Steve was doing is, hey, Seidel, just rip it and throw, and hopefully Buster can make a play. Unfortunately, the throw was a little bit off.
It landed about 5 yards out of bounds. I don't know who could have caught that. Randy Moss? No.
Maybe.
No. All right, so here we go, 9:51. And again, the ball's sitting at the 5-yard line, and Westport's going to move from our right to our left. When your offense is struggling, it's tough to play on deep in the end zone like this. Hopkins is the running back. He's going to set up to the left to Chaz. Chaz drops back. He looks to the right, fires over the flats. Caught by Lightsey. Lightsey makes one man miss, makes 2 men miss. Gets almost to the 20-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. Good throw there by Lightsey.
I tell you, though, number 8 for Dunnellon, Sam Riles, he came in there and just came in and gave him a devastating hit from behind.
He's coming off. His towel flew off.
Yeah, he hit him hard, and Lightsey's hurting right now. That was not an easy hit to take.
The worst place you can get hit is right underneath the shoulder pads on your back.
That was a kidney hit. That was a kidney hit.
That's the worst, where your spleen's at.
Yeah.
If you've ever done any MMA, the one you cannot protect your spleen. I don't care how many sit-ups you do, your spleen is vulnerable.
Right. They went 2 pass plays in their own Seidel, and that time just a simple little stop route, and it worked.
So they're going to go with 3 tight ends here. 1 running back. They're going to do a toss sweep to Hopkins. He's got to shake and bake. Is lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, and then decides he's going to put his head down to pick up 2 more. Should have been a loss of 4. Instead, it's a gain of 3.
Yeah, and I don't even know who to give the credit to.
Oh, wow, what a spot. They gave him 5 yards on that.
I don't even know who to give the credit to the tackle there for Dunnellon. It seemed like the entire team was over there to make that tackle.
Well, they had him in the backfield, and Hopkins just shook him.
Yeah.
And again, Steve Rim is running to this left side because this defensive end for Dunnellon just dives into for the quarterback every time. Oh, this is an interesting. It's an overload to the left side with 2 tight ends, 1 running back, Dunnellon, a shotgun. He's going to do another toss sweep to the left to Hopkins. Tries to get the edge, gets knocked out of bounds. Maybe no gain. It'll be 3rd and 5.
I don't know. I mean,
the short side of the field.
Does he have that? It's either he has that much confidence in the left side or he has very little confidence in the right side.
Yes, one of those is true.
Which is it? Because not many people run a toss to the boundary.
No. No.
I know I never would.
Well, there's just no room. He didn't. By the time he caught it, he was outside the numbers, and there's just no room to work. All right, so Seidal's going to come in again. Hopkins is the running back. They're staying with his 2 tight end set, 2 wide receivers to the top, and man coverage. Tight end could be open here on a dump. They're going to give it to Hopkins. He's hitting the backfield. This is why they don't run to the right side, because that looked like a revolving door over there at the guard position.
Yeah, so that was it looked like number 54 came in there on the initial hit, but then it was number 53 for Dunnellon. It's tough to make out some of these numbers over there tonight, but number 53, Colby Smith, he's really the guy that got in the backfield to make that tackle to force the 4th down.
So Buster will come in to punt again on this 4th and 8. And again, a little confusion tonight on Westport on who's in and who's out. They just don't look like they're right. And that happens off of a bye week. Sometimes you come out flat. Buster puts his foot into a nice high kick that Fitzpatrick gets a fair catch at the 44-yard line. And I'll tell you what, Gardner came up and just put a pop.
And
that's clean. I'm sorry, that was clean.
It was very clean. And 26 for Westport, Tyler Gianfrancesco. He's that doesn't look like that's Gianfresco. That looks like that's someone else wearing number 26. So I don't know who's wearing 26 tonight, but he seems a little bit upset that happened. He just got nailed, but
it's that's who it is. Yeah,
I don't think that's him though.
All right, so now
he looks upset. You got to keep your head on the swivel though.
Trent Townsend's going to be in shotgun. He's handed it to the deep man McCants, who breaks a tackle, busts outside. He's inside the 20, 10, touchdown Dunnellon. It's 13-0 here at Dunnellon High School. And they score again on an easy, just a handoff after a full set in the backfield.
Yeah, that's Demetrius McCants, who is the Bellevue transfer.
Yep.
He is from Bellevue High School, and I believe he's in his first year here as a senior.
Yep.
And he was kind of the best player over there at a program that is still struggling, but they are getting better, I think. But yeah, he had a nice run to the left, and he cut it back to the right, had the hole, and he was off to the races. No one was catching him.
46-yard touchdown run. Now Dunnellon takes the lead 13-0. And again, you can't give the Dunnellon Tigers the offense this much. So they're going to run it out of this Warman gate. Fitzpatrick throws it in the end zone. 2-point conversion. Good. It is 15-0. That was too easy. And I don't know who caught that. I think it was Fayshaw.
Gardner.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I think they're going to have to do something. They wanted to pull.
Yeah, so our sound guy. You guys can't hear him on the radio, but he made a statement that they're putting Cotney back. They're putting Cotney back at center. There he is warming up down there. So looks like they're going to be making some changes. Maybe there might even be a change of quarterback.
I think there is. It looks like Bryce, who's their JV quarterback. I don't think he's going to be he's a 6-quarter guy. Maybe. I don't know. I would be shocked if he did. All right, so Lindenbach's going to kick it off again. 6:39 left to go. 15-0 Dunnellon Tigers. Back deep is Hopkins. Lindenbach puts his foot into it. Nice high kick. It's going to be picked up at the 9, and there's a flag.
Is that the Leslie's doing the horn whenever they kick?
Oh, yeah. I don't know what.
She's doing it on the field goals.
She's maybe a bigger troll than you. Maybe. All right, so that's going to be a 5-yard penalty offsides on the kicking team. So now we'll kick it from the 35. It'll be Westport receiving as they're down 15-0. And this is the first time the Wolfpack have trailed by more than 7 points. So let's see how they respond.
You mean this early in the game? Because
Yeah.
they trail by more against Vanguard?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. And they didn't come back in that game either.
No.
It's tough to catch up when your quarterback.
I think they might be
Can't
calling the
complete-
flag on Leslie here.
She heard you. That's awesome. It went dead silent, and the troll speaks. If it's another 5-yard penalty, then Leslie could get a sticker. Do they pass out helmet stickers for fans? I think it is. Oh, they're throwing Leslie out of the game for the air horn. Oh, they're coming to get her. Security's coming to get her. I really think they're upset with the air horn because they're pointing to the fans. I'm kidding. Leslie did look at me. It's amazing. 6:39 left to go. 15-0.
Blow it again, Leslie.
One more time, Leslie. No, there's no rule that she can't blow an air horn. What was that? That was just a do-over.
I'm not sure what's going on. I'm really not sure.
It would be hilarious if they did not like the air horn because that wouldn't stop her.
And
No.
make her do it more.
Right.
She would do it more.
What she would do the next game, but she would be passing them out. All right. So we're going to kick it again, and now the Westport Faithful are rowdy. So Lindenbach's going to kick it from his own 35. Back deep is going to be Hopkins. He's joined back there with Lakai Velasquez and Lightsey. This is going to be called. Wow, what a kick. That goes over Hopkins' head and into the end zone.
Wow.
Oh, and the number 30 for Westport got pancaked right at about the 35-yard line. Pay attention, son. That's all I can tell you.
Number 16 for Dunnellon, DJ Donahoe. He kind of used and abused that guy from
That's the
Westport.
kind of thing you see in the film room tomorrow, and you just sit there and you play it over and over and over again.
I tell you, though, Leinenbach, wow.
What a foot. That's legit.
If he doesn't go and play pro baseball like I'm hearing, he could probably make a career kicking somewhere.
You know, and when you can kick it like that, that's the kind of thing if you're standing in the parking lot, you're like, oh, I can kick it 50 yards, and you end up winning $100.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because nobody expects you to kick it. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to step aside because it's the water break. We are live here at Dunnellon High School. I'm Galen Unold, and Nick is our sound guy. Thank you, Nick, along with John Ivory. We're going to be right back. You're listening to High School Football on WOCA, The Source.
Have you recovered from COVID-19? If so, we're glad you're safe and well again. Do you want to join the ranks of heroes? Studies show that donating convalescent plasma after being 14 days symptom-free from COVID can help with recovery of patients who suffer from the virus. Donate today at a local Life South donor center and help save others from COVID-19. Be a hero. Donate today. Visit lifesouth.org for more information.
Attention WOCA listeners. Do you or someone you know have an outgoing
To high school football right here on WOCA, The Source. So Wolf Sports has the ball again. 6:39 left to go here in the first half. Chaz is going to be the quarterback. Jyleek Barnes goes in motion. They're going to give it to him. He tries to break one tackle. Fumbles! Dunnellon recovers! Maybe. The ball came out a second time, and I think Dunnellon's got this football. That could be kind of the play that turns this into a route. Fumble. And it looks like Westport did recover. It'll be second down and 10.
That's a
Jyleek Barnes.
I tell you, that's a sigh of relief for Westport. That is not what you wanted.
Actually, that was Lightsey on the carry who fumbled. Jyleek Barnes managed to pick it up.
Lightsey's just not having a good night tonight.
Doesn't appear to. So Chaz Seidel is going to stay in at quarterback. We'll see what other changes they made at the offensive line. They're just not getting any movement. They're continuing to try to run to the left side. They do have Will at that center position, Will Cotney. Two wide receivers to the top, and they've got all kinds of cushion in that power I formation. They're going to give it to the deep man. That's Miller. He manages to pick up 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 8. And again, another 3rd and long for this Wolfpack offense.
Yeah, I tell you, right now the offensive line is just not getting a lot of push for Westport High School. This is kind of deja vu all over again when they played Vanguard, and for the first half, for the first quarter and a half, they were competing, they were hanging, and now as the game continues, it's kind of like they're getting worn down a little bit here.
Well, they've got to complete a pass. Look for a tight end dump because they are not covering the tight end at all. So they're going to do an offset I. The tight end's to the right here. 2 wide outs to the top. They're going to do a toss sweep to the right. Hopkins almost looked like he was trying to throw it. Ball came out, and it's going to be picked up by the Wolfpack at the 2-yard line. Another fumble. It looked like they were going to throw it, and that didn't work. And L.J. Fitzpatrick is talking all kinds of trash to the sideline.
Westport just did not get very good blocking at all on the right side of the line there. I was watching them, and they were just red jersey after red jersey getting past the line of scrimmage. There was nowhere for Hopkins to go, but this is a teaching moment for Hopkins too. He tried doing a little too much, which is what caused that fumble. If he just, hey, I'm beat, go down.
This is a deadly snap here. Hopkins is going to be inside of his own end zone, really standing on the goal line. But if he takes a step back, it's a safety, but Dunnellon's going to be offside, so that'll move it 5 yards further, give Buster a little more breathing room.
They're going to get a little bit of breathing room here, and that helps.
So instead of 2nd down and 25, it'll be, or 4th down and 25, it'll be 4th down and 20, or 27, it'll be 4th down and 22, 21. Whatever the math ends up being.
Let me get my calculator out again.
Yeah. All right, so L.J. Fitzpatrick is back deep. He's staying in his own 40. Not a great snap, but Buster puts his foot into it. It's going to bounce to the 35. Fitzpatrick picks it up at the 41. He's going to be brought down immediately. Good tackle there by Calvin Williams for the Wolfpack. It'll be 1st and 10 Dunnellon in great field position for Trent Townsend again.
If you're the Westport Wolfpack here, you're trying to get a stop here. You need to get a stop.
Make a turnover, trying to make something. Yeah, if I'm Dunnellon, I make that long pass to Fitzpatrick on that 9 route.
Well, I think right here's an opportunity where you can go deep first play. You only have 36 yards to go.
Yep.
1st down, take a shot. This is the perfect spot to take a shot.
They're going to do that fullback set, 2 fullbacks, 1 running back deep is McCants. Townsend's waiting for the official to blow it in play. They got 2 tight ends standing up to the left side. They're going to give it to McCants. He heads up the middle, falls ahead, picks up 5. Price Harris is like, no, we're going to grind this out here. We're going to break your heart. This is the kind of drive, if they drive it in, it'll just tear the heart out of this Wolfpack.
Yeah, grind the clock. They score with maybe less than a minute left on the clock. Mission accomplished.
The clock does run, 3:34. Dunnellon leads 15-0. It feels like it's more than that, though, because Dunnellon has just dominated the second part of this first half. Again, same formation. 2 fullbacks to each side of Townsend, who's in shotgun. McCants is deep. And the Wolfpack jump off sides. That'll be a 1st down for Dunnellon. Silly penalty there. Not sure who that was on, but it was the left tackle. The left defensive tackle for Westport. That's not.
One of the things I've noticed about Westport, though, is they've got a lot of guys on the sideline, but they got a lot of guys playing both ways.
Sure.
It just seems like they don't have a lot of depth from a talent standpoint.
Yeah. Same, I'm going to call it full house backfield. Two fullbacks. Townsend in shotgun, 2 wideouts to the bottom. He's going to hand it off to McCants, who breaks a tackle, picks up 5, has 6, ends up maybe with 7 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 3 at the 2:55 mark. And that's just running the ball right over the left side.
Yeah, they looks like their strong side is the left side as well.
So the whole team looks to the sideline as the signal gets called in. 2:38 left to go in the first half. Dunnellon driving. Ball's going to sit right inside the 20. We'll call it the 19. Now, there's going to be 2 running backs, 1 to each side for Townsend. Now, he looks to the sideline for an audible, checks something. There's the snap. He's going to give it to the running back, and he's going to be brought down right at the line of scrimmage, and that was Brady Lackey on the carry.
You know, I'm surprised he didn't get more yards because that left side of the line for Dunnellon, they just drove Westport off the ball. But it looked like there was some breakdown on the backside, and that's where the tackle came from.
So that'll set up 3rd down and 2, and that Seidel, the quarterback, they're running right at him tonight. Right down that left side.
They're not running. They're not running at Leonard Hill. I tell you that right now.
Full house backfield. Townsend's going to hand it off to McCants. He breaks 1 tackle. He's got a 1st down, and it'll be 1st and 10 inside the 15. See where they end up marking that.
Was that McCants or LJ on the carry?
I thought it was 7.
No, it was McCants. It was LJ.
It was LJ. It's number 1.
LJ.
He's so quick. He's just a good change of pace. There's not a lot this young man can't do. I like him. I like him. He's not a great basketball player, but he's a fun basketball player to watch because he's just so quick. And I like kids who play with heart and passion.
Yeah.
Fullback set. Full house set, rather. 1st and 10. They're going to mark this at about the 12. Trent Townsend's now they're going to offset. They're going to give it to the fullback who picks up 3, 4. That pile moves ahead, gets inside the 10. That'll be 2nd and 5 from about the 9.
Number 5, Brody Lucky on the carry for Dunnellon, and he just runs into a gang tackle of Westport. But hey, 2nd and 5 here, and the clock is dwindling. 48 seconds left in the half.
Yeah,
maybe if Westport can hold them to a field goal, hey, that's a win. That's a win on this drive.
Absolutely.
Given they only had a 36-yard field to work with.
Sure. And again, field position has been all Dunnellon here in this 2nd quarter and late into the 1st. So it's 15-0 Dunnellon, and you are listening to high school football right here on WOCA The Source. Want to thank all of our sponsors, Life South Community Blood Centers, and of course McCarson Electric for all your commercial, residential needs, new construction, old construction. If you're like John Ivory and you just moved and you have an outlet or a ceiling fan that doesn't work, call 352-812-4486.
Had a lot of things that weren't working.
Well, yeah, so you're not very handy.
No.
See, I'm handy. I like doing that stuff. I like reading instructions.
Not me.
I really do.
I'm not. I like to look at the picture on the box.
I'm the least patient human being on the planet, but I don't mind following instruction. Townsend's going to keep it. He breaks a tackle, tries to get into the end zone, and he's going to be just short. Oh, it'll be 1st and goal from about the 1-foot line, and Trent Townsend used his whole 218 pounds.
They got the first down. They got the first down. And I thought Elijah Hopkins went in there and popped him.
Well, he did turn him around, but they got to run now. 37 seconds left. Fullback. They're going to give it to LJ. He gets into the end zone untouched over the left side. Touchdown, Dunnellon. The route is on here in Dunnellon High School.
Yeah,
21-0 is our score.
They just made that look way too easy. This offensive line is blowing the defensive line off the ball for Westport High School.
3 and 4 yards for the most part.
Yeah. So,
and that's a shame because this is the best crowd we've had for the Wolfpack side. It's too bad.
Well, I tell you, not to take anything away from the talent at Westport, this Westport defense has been relatively.
The kick is good. Gosh, he kicked that. May have hit my car.
Yeah.
Settle down there, big fella. It's a rental.
But this Westport defense has been relatively good all year.
Yes.
But the fact what Dunnellon's doing tonight just goes to show how good this Dunnellon football team is.
Well, and this is a barometer game now. You know, let's see what Steve can do over halftime. Again, he's the smartest coach I've ever been associated with. Let's see what he can draw up. Do you make a change? Because Seidal's not moving the football. Do you make a change at quarterback?
I think you do.
I think you're going to have to.
I think you make a change. You try to.
But what do you do? Who do you bring in? Do you bring in the JV kid? No, because he's going to get blown up.
I think you
do you bring in Buster, who's not going to throw the ball any better?
I think you have to get creative, and if you've got a guy that can run around and maybe do something with his feet, I think that's what you do, a quarterback.
All right, so Lindenbach, who is going to kick it from the 40.
And he's probably going to kick a touchback.
He may want to just let them catch it. Oh, it's a little pooch kick. They want him to receive it. Ball should have gone out of bounds, but he picks it up instead and fumble. And I'm just going to tell you this again. Number 16 for Dunnellon lit up McCarson and just popped him. 16's just decided, you know what? I'm going to go find somebody and hit him as hard as I can.
I tell you, if there's a lot of fundamental errors going on right now by Westport, but Dunnellon, I'll tell you, they fly all over the place. They cover kicks well. They're not afraid of contact. I mean, they are just
a physical football team.
They're a physical team, and they're well coached.
Yeah, Price Harris, who's been here for quite some time. Again, this team hasn't lost a regular season game in several years. The only game they did lose was to Vanguard. They're a good football team. They are a good football team.
And a lot of these guys have been playing together since they're probably about 6, 7 years old.
Absolutely. Chaz Seidel is going to be in shotgun. Behind him is Miller. Seidel is going to keep it. Puts his head down, picks up 5, and that'll be second down, and that'll probably end the half. Good block there by Rainey, who got a pancake.
They have a new offensive lineman in there with the long hair.
He's been subbed in and out. Okay. So he's been coming in and out.
Tillin Human?
Yeah. He's been rotated in. They got Cotney at center. They still have Ramey on the left side. And that's going to be the end of the first half. And I think that's a blessing for the Westport Wolfpack.
Well, I tell you, if you're Steve Rem, what are you telling your team at halftime right now?
You got to you got to figure out a way to score. And right now he's got the entire offensive line surrounding him, including Hopkins. Hopkins isn't going to quit on you. He's got too much heart, plays too hard. But what we're going to do is we're going to step aside. And when we come back, we're going to break down the first half and break down the election results with John Ivory, the ultimate troll. All right, you're listening to high school football right here on WOCA, The Source.
What results?
Have you recovered from COVID-19? If so, we're glad you're safe and well again. Do you want to join the ranks of heroes? Studies show that donating convalescent plasma after being 14 days symptom-free from COVID can help with recovery of patients who suffer from the virus. Donate today at a local Life South donor center and help save others from COVID-19. Be a hero. Donate today. Visit lifesouth.org for more information.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
Two Men in a Truck.
I'm back. That's right. Tom Schmidt's back on WOCA with a show called Ocala Talks. We'll talk about everything Ocala and surrounding areas, plus a little bit of sports as well. Every weekday, Monday through Thursday, 11 to 12, Tom Schmidt's with Ocala Talks. Right here on WOCA, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source. Check out Tom starting October 1st. That's Thursday.
Attention WOCA listeners. Do you or someone you know have an outgoing personality with great organizational skills? Well, WOCA is looking for a few good people to join our marketing reps team. You get to meet other great people and business leaders in our community. WOCA Radio offers flexible schedules, great income potential, and some really great fringe benefits too. So if you enjoy talking to people and getting paid to do it, this may be the right choice for you. Apply within or send your resumes to careers@WOCA.com.
WOCA.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
Two Men in a Truck.
Is the internet driving business to your business? Hi, I'm Michael Warren with Brick City Interactive. At Brick City, we've been putting the web to work for businesses since 1998. We want to help you too, whether you're a real estate office, law office, medical office, manufacturer, retailer, a church, even a radio station like WOCA. We love to help businesses grow, and we have the knowledge and experience to make it happen. We offer professional, affordable web design, mobile responsive websites, search engine optimization, social media marketing, web video promotions, online advertising, and more. Whether it's time for a redesign or whether you want to kickstart your existing website, let us help. Mention WOCA and we'll give you a free, no-obligation search engine optimization report for your website. This free report will give you practical steps to increase your search ranking. It's our gift to you from Brick City Interactive. Call us today at 352-351-1131 or visit us online at brickcity.com.
WOCA.
Welcome back to high school football right here in Dunnellon. And right now, the Dunnellon Tigers are all over the Westport Wolfpack. 22-0 is our score. And John, I really believe this Westport team is missing their birthday boy today. Gavin Savino turned 17 today.
Yeah. He is here on the sidelines, though.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he is here. I did see him.
I would have talked to him.
He's got the sling on and everything. I'm sure he's trying to give his backup Seidel as much encouragement and advice as much as possible. But yeah, listen, I genuinely think this, and I said the same thing against Vanguard. If you've got Gavin Savino under center, you've got a totally different ball game. I think even if you ask the opponents that tonight, they would tell you the same thing. The thing that I think made it a little bit tough for Dunnellon preparing for this game, though, is they didn't really know what to prepare for, what they're being those Savino.
Sure.
But he brings a whole new element to the game because I think what Dunnellon ended up preparing for is they said, listen, let's just prepare for the run.
Well, they're putting 9 guys in the box.
Yeah.
And Steve loves to run those different formations with 3 tight ends sometimes, and it's just not working because there's so many guys in the box that they're bringing more people than they can block. I'm not sure what the answer is. I know when I talked to Steve last night, he goes, "You're going to see some Chisholm at quarterback."
Who would be a runner?
Yeah, but until there's a throwing threat, it's going to be tough. And let's be clear, Westport is not playing good football. They've had 4 or 5 fumbles.
Yeah.
One was recovered for Dunnellon, and they're just not making any progress on first down.
Here's what I'll tell you, too. If he's going to try putting in Chisholm as a runner at quarterback, you better do it now. You can't wait until the end of the game to do it. Quite honestly, he probably should have done it in the first half.
Yeah.
You can't wait too late to do it because if you wait too late, then you're not going to give yourself even a chance because at that point you have to start throwing the football.
Right. Now, Westport does get the ball to open up the second half. That's an advantage because Steve can spend some time over there, and they got 12 minutes, which is a little longer than normal because it's senior night here at Dunnellon High School. And again, I say this at every senior night. Senior night means so much to the families involved that it's one of those special moments. I know when
they're doing the band right now.
They
did
about
football before
right.
and before the game they're doing the band and now.
So my son played soccer for 4 years. Senior night meant a lot. I mean, it's an accomplishment. You did something for 4 years, and I'm sure I'll feel that way with my son playing basketball.
Dunnellon kind of rolled the dice with senior night. Everyone else did their senior nights in the beginning of the year because they didn't want to risk not having a senior night because of COVID, but Dunnellon said, hey, COVID doesn't exist in Dunnellon. We're going to wait till the end of the year to do it.
And in some cases, they wouldn't even allow their parents on the field. They didn't in a couple of places. They're like, oh, we're just going to honor the athletes.
Well, hey, it's 2020. Man. All logic is out the door.
And again, John and I have talked about it at length. What we thought the election would be, and right now,
here we go.
I don't think you could go anywhere in the world. I was listening to Mad Dog Sports on Sirius XM, who's as apolitical it gets. He came on the radio Wednesday and he goes, "Look, If you think I'm going to talk about the Houston Open or this terrible football game we got going on tomorrow or anything else, no, we're not. We're going to talk about the election.
Listen, this is one of the regardless of which side of the fence you're on this.
Sure.
This is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, internal conflict in American history.
No, not even close.
Well, besides the Civil War,
no,
obviously.
no. I'm not gonna buy into that rhetoric, and here's why. If you go back to what our country was in the 50s and in the 60s and in the 70s with Vietnam, right?
Yeah.
This is nothing compared to that. Nothing. You know why? Nobody is dying, right? Nobody is. No, we're not.
Okay, well let's. No,
I'm serious. We're not killing each other.
How about the entire year of 2020 then? Let's add in COVID with the election drama right now.
You got to remember
because over 200,000 people died.
Sure. Well, look at what happened during World War II when we interned the Japanese, who had been here for 3 generations. We interned them because they were Japanese.
Yeah.
That's far worse than anything that's going on with an election.
Hey, did the president back then get called racist for doing that?
No. And he should have. It was a very incredibly racist thing to
that's
do.
my point. I'm making a point.
Sure. We've had presidents and governments that have forced people off their land and walk across the country to a promised land that was nothing but dirt that was dry. And so I don't buy into the hyperbole. As I've said many times, my mom wasn't able to vote until 1968, and she had a master's degree from the University of North Carolina. Her father voted one time in his entire life, and that was the same year in 1968.
Well, how about this? Maybe I should change my wording. It's the biggest crime in American history.
No, it's not even close. It's an election. Look, it's an election. The good news is if you wanted Trump to win, McConnell dominated the state again, and the Senate lost 1 seat, so they still remain control. In the House, the Republican picked up seats. If our government,
although the Senate is looking a little bit dicey all of a sudden, they're having to do a runoff in Georgia.
Well, they're still going to retain control.
But yeah, but the Republicans did gain seats in the House, so that certainly helps.
And again,
helps out the checks and balances of the country.
And if our government was running the right way, the president should not mean what it's become. But instead, because our government doesn't really do anything, everything is done by presidential edict, which I can't stand. Biden, the first thing he said is we're going to go back into the Paris Accords. The president, according to the Constitution, does not have that authority.
No.
President Trump could pull out of it because it wasn't a signed treaty by the House, and by the Senate has to approve that.
Yeah. Well, and ultimately, and me being in the industry that I'm in, historically speaking, believe it or not, if there is one party that's in charge of everything, economies don't do as well. You want to have those checks and balances. You want to have you want to have the House be opposite of the Senate, and then whoever ends up being the president at that point, honestly, from an economic standpoint, it does not matter.
Correct.
Because now you have the House and Senate to control a lot of that stuff. So.
Well, gridlock is good. Gridlock is good because I don't like the government. Locally, we had no problems. How about the state of Florida? Being able to call the election by 10:30. We finally figured it out. I mean, granted, we were a laughingstock because of hanging chads. But now, you look at Pennsylvania.
Florida figured the election out. We did a better job than probably any other large state. Of all the large states, we did the best job.
We counted 11.5 million votes.
Yeah.
And we're able to give those results by 10:30. The state of Pennsylvania.
We ran a tight ship is what we did.
The state of Pennsylvania can't count 5 million in 7 days.
Because they're too busy trying to figure out how they're going to cheat.
Well, for some reason, whoever thought it was a good idea, we're not going to count any votes until after the polls close, that dude should be fired. That dude should be fired. I don't care what party you're on.
Listen. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
What this leads to, the longer you drag it out, it leads to more conspiracies, especially in our world.
It leads to more
social
cheating
media.
is what it does.
Well, it opens up the idea of cheating, Now, I know that dead people vote. There's proof of that. There's proof.
Well,
that
the
there are
TV
4,000
productions guy here from Westport told us that his parents voted, and
They've
been dead for 2 years, he told
right.
us.
It's terrible. Again, and they probably voted for the I saw a meme the other day, and I just giggled. He goes, my father voted Democrat for the first time in his life. He's rolling over in his grave. I thought that was pretty funny. I was like, that's funny. And again, whoever the president is doesn't impact my life.
Let's be clear. Let's not be too one-sided. Both sides cheat.
Absolutely.
Both sides cheat.
Sure.
It's just a matter of who's going to cheat better.
Again.
And who's not going to get caught.
Again, who cares? At some point, who the president is. Granted, when I fought in the United States Navy during a war, I cared about who the president was. That mattered because he was my commander in chief.
What year was that?
1991, when Saddam invaded Kuwait.
Wow, okay.
So, when I was out there in the Persian Gulf during circles, who the president was mattered to me. Granted, Trump has gotten us out of all those wars.
That was at the start of when the big establishment planned out our next 4 presidents over the next 28 years. Bush, Clinton, Bush,
They had no
Obama.
idea it was going to be Obama. No idea.
No, they figured him out later on. But my point is the next 4 presidents over the next 28 years was basically all a ruse and all planned out and completely rigged.
Oh, there's a podcast I want you to listen to.
The last president before Trump, the last president we had that was truly not part of the establishment of crooked career politicians was Reagan.
Oh, Reagan was a career politician.
Yes and no.
And speaking of which, don't forget that
he was a lot more for the people, though.
Okay. I mean, he won 355 electoral votes, 500 electoral votes, 525, I think he won. So, yeah, I mean, I love Reagan. But, all right. Hey, we got you through halftime. And so now Dunnellon's going to kick it off, and back deep for the Westport Wolfpack as they trail 22-0 is Elijah Hopkins. And Linenbach, who's the best kicker we've seen all year.
He's the best kicker in the county by far. He's even better than the Forest kid. And the Forest kid, from what I understand, I think has college offers or something. So,
well, he puts his foot into this one, angles it. It's going to be bounced into the end zone. That was a high kick too. There was no chance of returning that, and Jyleek Barnes just let it go.
That's honestly though, a lot of people underestimate the weapon that is. The fact that you have a kid that can kick a touchback every time and force the opponent to start from the 20-yard line and have to go 80 yards down the field. That is one of the best things that you can have on a football team in high school.
Yeah, he's a senior. He's 6'3", 176, and dude's a weapon. Dude's an absolute weapon. All right, so let's see what they're doing. It looks like, who's the quarterback? Looks like they're going to bring in.
They're going with Chisholm. Chisholm's going to be a quarterback right now.
Is the quarterback. Behind him is Hopkins. They're going to do the offset eye. He's going to run the option. He's going to keep it. Tries to get to the edge. Manages to get back to the line of scrimmage. Not left there because I'll tell you what, Dunnellon had 10 guys on the line of scrimmage. They have no fear whatsoever. They're playing man, press coverage on the outside, and they are just dying onto the run. 11:35 left to go here in the third quarter. First possession of the game for Wolfpack. They've gone to a backup quarterback, the senior. And let's see what he can do.
I'm not even sure if you could call him a backup quarterback. I'd say he's more of a utility quarterback.
Yeah, they're just running the Wildcat. Offset eye. Chisholm's going to give it to Hopkins, who breaks a tackle, breaks two, Sugars and
that open field
he's gone.
tackle. He's gone. He's off to the races for a long touchdown. He literally had one man to beat, and but that's what happens. Dunnellon and
Sammy Whitechip flats. Tries to throw it to
Brooks.
The big man, Brooks, and just couldn't connect. He had a lot of room to run there.
Yes, just a simple little rollout flood pass. He had Brooks in the flat. He had Barnes on the 10-yard out, and he had either guy to throw to. And Brooks was wide open.
He's got to make that throw. It's
He
only
was wide open.
It was about a 4-yard pass.
Yeah. I think you could have made that throw, Galen.
My knee would have given out after I stepped out underneath the center. When you've had 3 knee surgeries, you can barely walk. All right, Buster Barnes is going to come out for the punt. That's pretty much all he's done tonight. He's going to put his foot into it. Nice bouncy kick that's going to be caught. Great job of catching that ball at the 45-yard line. He didn't let that bounce, and it'll be 1st and 10 Dunnellon with, again, great field position. Gardner saved him probably 10 yards there.
Yep, but once again, Dunnellon's got a short field to work with. 45 yards to go here, and I have a feeling they're just going to run it down their throats.
Why
honestly,
not? They haven't stopped them.
They haven't stopped them, and I think Price Harris is just at the point where we're going to say, you know what, let's just get out of here. Let's win the game.
And Price isn't going to run the score up.
No,
that's just not who he is.
He's not going to run it up, but he's going to do what he has to do to win the football game.
So Brady Lackey's going to be the only running back after they shift out of it. There's going to be an offsides against Dunnellon.
Looks like, a little false start on number 75. That's Jaquan Mack.
Yeah, he just flinched there. It'll be 1st down and 15. They're going to mark the ball right at the 50-yard line with 10:30 left to go here in the third quarter. Dunnellon leads 22-0.
I tell you, someone got his height wrong on the roster, Jaquan Mack. They have him listed at 5'9", 270.
That dude's not 5'9".
He is not 5'9". He looks like he's about 6'9".
You know, I print the rosters after max preps, and some coaches don't care enough about their kids to get the roster right. Full house set. They're going to give it to the Factual. Breaks the tackle. He's over the 40. Right, knocked out of bounds right at the yardstick. It'll be 2nd and short. McCarson knocked him out.
Yeah.
But,
good pursuit angle by McCarson there from the safety position. I tell you, if he didn't take that good pursuit angle, Fashaw's probably gone for a long touchdown.
So instead, it'll be a gain of 13. It'll set up 2nd and 3. And again, I do want to thank McCarson Electric for being a sponsor for all your residential, commercial, and any other needs that you have for the electrical side. 352-812-4486. Full house back. Again, Trent Townsend's right in the middle of it. He's going to fake the handoff. He's looking deep. He's got a man wide open, and he could not connect. I mean, he was wide open, and it did not look like I don't know if the wide receiver quit on the throw or just got tangled up in the feet. But
yeah, he seemed like he slowed up a little bit. That was number 2 for
yeah.
You know, and I apologize. I was looking at the wrong roster before. You got all these rosters all over the place. Number 75 is Douglas Fowler for Dunnellon. I was looking at the Westport roster.
Well, that's not my fault. You're like blaming
you
me.
gave me like 3 or 4 rosters over.
Well, you're always like, I don't have a roster. I'm like, well, that's not my fault.
No, that was number 2, Isaiah Falshus, who was the intended receiver, just running a little post route, and he got overthrown.
3rd and short here, and they're going to give it to Fitzpatrick, who breaks a tackle, but is met at the line of scrimmage by a whole host of Wolfpack, including my man Elijah Hopkins.
That was a nice Dedrick Grady, number 27 for Westport, making the nice tackle there. He must be a kid they just moved up from JV.
Yeah, I think they did.
We haven't called his number all year, and he's a new player.
With forward progress, we're getting him the 1st down. It's not a terrible call.
I don't like that spot.
It's not a terrible call. Nick is yelling at me in my ear. That's terrible radio.
That was listen. I'm with Nick on this. It was a bad call.
It's a bad call that you're with Nick. It's 9:51 left to go in the third quarter.
He was under the 1st down marker.
All right, Nick, I just want you to know that you're siding with the troll. Ball sits at the 35-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Full house set there for Townsend. He's going to check the line of scrimmage. 2 wideouts to the top. McCants is going to get the handoff. He was the deep man, and he gets tackled from behind, but he gained 5 yards on the play.
Leonard
and
Hill.
There's an extra little something flag after the whistle. Larry Brooks fell down. Not sure who that call is going to be.
I don't know if it's on Larry or if it's on Dunnellon.
Or the guy who hit Larry. But nonetheless, right now, it's about a 3-yard gain after the spot. Whitecap's going to call it dead ball, personal foul against Westport. It's just falling apart now.
Well, and the Westport coaching staff is pretty unhappy right now. They're like, whoa, wait a sec.
Steve Rim's going to get a call.
Yeah, he's like, wait a sec. That wasn't our guy.
Talking.
They're like, our guy's the one who got hit.
That's one of those. This is probably talking because if you say a curse word, they can call it. If they hear it, they can call it. And Steve Rim's going to pull somebody out. 15-yard penalty.
Yeah,
on
they're
the play.
taking Brooks out of the game.
Yeah, Brooks must have said something.
So they're putting in number 30, Cole Genovese.
Full house backfield. Townsend in the middle. He's waiting for the whistle to start the play. He's going to fake the handoff. He gives it to the deep man. That's Fitzpatrick. Puts his head down, carries two guys, gets inside the 10-yard line. It'll be second down at about 5.
So I'm pretty sure Cole Genovese, I want to say he is the younger brother of the wide receiver that played at Trinity Catholic years ago, Jacob Genovese.
Maybe.
I want to say that's his brother.
Different body frame.
Way different body frame.
I mean, they look anything alike.
Nothing. And Jacob was a heck of a football
sure
player.
was.
I think he went and played at a JUCO somewhere.
I wasn't sure if that was that or a D3.
Yeah.
All right, so here he goes. Second down and 5. Ball sits at the 10. Townsend in that full house back. 2 fullbacks, 1 deep man's. And they're going to give it to the fullback, Fashaw. And Fashaw just brought down maybe for a loss of 1. It'll be third down and a long 4.
It's number 22, Trey Stokes on the tackle.
Again, this is a very young Westport team. Let's see how they respond here.
Yeah, Dunnellon, they're just grinding away here. Grinding away. Chewing that clock.
Same formation. This time the deep man is McCants. So Townsend looks over. This looks like a draw for him. He's going to throw it out in the flats, and it's going to be dropped.
Oh, wow.
He walks into the end zone. Oh, he just walks into the end zone there. Couldn't see who. I think that's Gardner. Julius Gardner just dropped it.
Number 2 for Dunnellon, Isaiah Valshis. He's having a rough night tonight. Wide receiver. He just dropped that one. He kind of tripped up on his post route where he got a little bit overthrown, and he's having a little bit of a rough night tonight. But I tell you, he's a good-looking kid. He looks the part, Valshis.
He's one of those guys right now. He looks like Tarzan.
Well,
he's playing a little bit like Jane.
He's listed at 6'3", 205.
Yeah. He looks like Tarzan, plays like Jane. 2 fullback set, 1 deep man is McCants. Townsend's right there in the middle. They're going to do a toss sweep to the left. McCants breaks a tackle, steps into the end zone. Did he step out of bounds? Yes. They're going to call him just shy. It'll be first and goal from about the 1. He did get the first down, though.
I'll tell you, McCants is having a really nice night tonight.
He's a good football player. He was a good football player at Bellevue. Good football player.
Well, just goes to show, I mean, Bellevue has good football players. It just takes a total team to make a team.
And if you're going to be a guy like McCants, you're not going to perform at all by yourself if you're a running back. I mean,
you got to have the team around you.
Yeah.
No one's going to do it on their own.
I don't begrudge a guy for leaving. All right, so they're going to stay with that full house back set. 2 tight ends standing up. Townsend calls the snap. He's going to hand it off to the fullback, and he's going to be pulled down just shy. I mean, just shy of the goal line.
Yeah, just a simple read option play there, where he had the option of either just handing it or giving it, and he gave it to the
Brady Lackey on the carry. Trying to get Lackey in the end zone, mixing it up a little bit. This offensive line is dominating the game. It's 22-0, and Dunnellon is just knocking on the door. Townsend hasn't had to throw it much at all tonight. There's been really no need. Full house set. 2 fullbacks, 1 deep man is McCants. Now Townsend's going to get it underneath the center, and he's going to keep it, and he's going to get in with the extra effort.
And
touchdown, Tigers. Yep. 28-0 is our score, and that's just Townsend saying, 218 pounds, come stop me. Anything?
I don't have anything to say right now. This is it's honestly, it's tough to commentate on something like this right now.
Oh, I've been in much worse games than this. This is where I need you to say something.
Well,
you're the color guy.
Yeah, well, I don't.
When Kaz is here, you have all kinds of things to say.
Well, that's usually because Cass says something that gets me triggered. But,
He just talks about how Bellevue wasn't nearly as good as you think they were.
well, he confuses his years.
Well, of course. Lindenbach with the extra point. And it's good. He didn't hit my car, so I'm thankful for that.
It wasn't as big of a kick there.
29-0 is our score.
I think his dad, who's on the staff over there, pulled him aside and said, "Hey, son, next extra point, don't show off so much. You ain't got to kick the ball 60 yards on an extra point."
He really did almost hit my car.
Yeah.
All
But yeah,
right.
no. Going back to Cass, he totally gets his years messed up, and he forgets. He forgets when he was the head coach at Westport, and his second year as head coach when he had sophomores as his oldest kids, and they played a varsity schedule, and how bad they were, and even kind of like how mediocre they were the next year when they were juniors. He forgets that. Those 2 years got erased out of his memory.
Yeah, they got beat up pretty good. All right, so Lindenbach's going to kick it deep, and it's going to go into the end zone. No, Hopkins is going to catch it at the 1. He heads right up the middle, needs a block, gets one, shakes, banks, tries to cut outside, needs to break a tackle, is trying to get to the edge, and he's going to be brought down at about the 21-yard line. He ran a long way to get those 21 yards.
Yeah, he ran a lot more sideways than he did north and south there, Hopkins. But then again, too, he's just trying to get something done. There's just not. It just doesn't. There was no blocking for him, and it just doesn't seem like at this point Westport's heart is in the game anymore.
Sometimes when you come off of a bye week, John, you come out flat.
You do.
Because you
I've
get a
seen it,
little
yeah.
lackadaisical. You're not as focused. You're out of your regular routine.
Well, no, that you're not coming off a game that was a potential victory, and that was 2 weeks ago. So
I am surprised the way the Westport's playing. I thought they would play a lot harder than this. I really did. But that just goes to show you Dunnellon's a good football team.
absolutely, and I think this is a team that will make a serious run at a state championship.
All right, so the quarterback is underneath the center. I think it's Chisholm. They're going to do a toss sweep to Miller, and Miller's brought down for no gain. It'll be second down and 10. William Cotney's back underneath the center.
And Dunnellon has brought in a lot of the backups now. They're only midway through the third quarter, and Price Harris already has in a lot of the backups on defense.
Let's be clear. Westport hasn't gotten a first down since the first possession of the game. Like they haven't had a first down since.
Yeah. But once again, this is what happens when you don't have your regular quarterback in the game.
So Chisholm's going to be underneath the center. They're going to do an offset eye with a tight end and one wide receiver each way. He's going to drop back, and he's trying to not throw the ball. He had somebody. He just didn't throw it. And Chisholm danced around and was sacked.
Yeah, that just reminds me of someone playing kind of backyard football right now, the way that play operates.
Well, that's a quick 5 Mississippi. All right, so we're at the water break, and I'm going to thank our sponsors. That starts with Carson Electric for all your commercial, residential, new construction, old construction. Maybe you're living in a house where the electricity doesn't work at all. There's only one guy to call. It's David McCarson at 352-812-4486.
Or you're like me, and for some reason the switches are turning off the power all together in one room, and then cutting your breaker off when everything's going haywire.
Did they fix it?
So I called McCarson Electric, and I was expecting Dave to come over. I thought Dave was going to handle the job.
Dave is big time.
He's big. Dave big time me for sure.
Oh yeah, he's like
he sent over 2 of his employees over.
He's like, look, I've got bigger fish to fry.
But they literally figured it out like within 5 seconds.
And then do you feel stupid?
Oh yeah, it's just this. Let me open this box up. It was easy. Well, they at least made it look easy.
Well, that's what professionals do. Call them at 352-812-4486.
Is that kind of like you? You make calling a game easy because you're the pro?
I am a pro.
Yeah.
Even though I get paid $0. They're going to do a 2-back set. He's going to drop back. He's under all kinds of pressure. He's going to roll out to his right, and he's going to be brought down from behind. For some reason, he just doesn't want to throw the football. Apparently, he doesn't like throwing it. It's going to be 4th down and about 22.
Yeah. And that's for Dunnellon, number 54, Eliezer Quintant. And he's a small guy. He's only 5'7". 5'7", 180.
The blocking was there. He just didn't want to throw it. But again, when you don't get live rounds, you're not accustomed to that kind of pressure.
Well, I'm curious how much Chisholm actually practiced at quarterback over the last 2 weeks.
Well, he was one of these guys who was in COVID protocol for a while. And now Buster's going to be kicking off. His heels are on the goal line. Fitzpatrick is out back there. He's no longer back there. It looks like Julius Gardner's all by himself. Not a good snap. Buster puts his foot into it, kicks it to the angle. It's going to be caught at the 29, and he's going to run in. I thought he had an easy touchdown there. He got inside the 10
I thought he was
to the
gone,
9-yard line. I think he cut it up, but I don't know why. I thought he had the sideline wide open. That was one of those low line drive kicks that's perfect to return.
Yep.
So it'll be first and goal for Dunnellon as they're already up by 29. We may get into the running clock, and it looks like the crowd's starting to disperse here on the Westport side.
I'm surprised Leslie isn't making them stay.
She will guilt you into staying.
Yes, she
Let's
will.
be very clear.
Yes, she will.
She has moved from her spot. She is probably on the sideline.
She's probably next to Steve right now, chewing him out.
So Townsend's going to stay in at quarterback. 3 wideouts to the top. 2 tight ends who stand up in close. Townsend's going to roll out to his left. Fires across his body into the end zone. Touchdown. What a beautiful throw.
Yeah, so interesting play there. Pretty creative. He rolled right, had a little bit of a fake there, and then threw across to the back side of the field. Found his wide receiver for the touchdown. Looks like that was...
Wasn't sure if it was Gardner, number 10?
It's a single-digit number. This is one of those situations where they got dark numbers on the dark jersey. Number 7 for the touchdown. That was Demetrius McCants.
Nice. It was a perfect throw.
Great throw. Yeah, but he just
Perfect throw.
threw it backside of the field.
So that makes the score 35. And Lindenbach, don't you hit my car. Ooh, that was close. He almost cleared the fence.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding. That's a 45-yard field goal.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, he threw it backside of the field, and he drew the entire defense the way he rolled out, and there was really no one there with the receiver.
All right, so we are in a running clock situation. The score is 36-0. I didn't see this. I did not see this coming. Dunnellon has come up at home tonight on senior night and put a good old-fashioned butt whooping on the Westport Wolfpack.
They're making me look bad right now because, my score prediction
Nostradamus.
way off.
Well, you were off on the election. Maybe you're in a slump.
Could be.
Maybe you're like a pollster, just screwing everything up.
Here's something interesting. I placed a bet on the election, and obviously you know which way I probably placed it.
Yeah.
But how does that work? I mean, there's not going to be a winner for like 2 months.
Well, then there's no payout until there's a declared winner. All right, there's a deep kick. Hopkins is going to catch it up in his own end zone. And that's probably best. He wasn't going anywhere. I don't know if he would have gotten back to the 20 because he caught it and everybody was inside the 10. So 3:31 left to go, and it's a running clock situation in the third quarter, 35-0. And this is where leadership matters. Who on this team is going to show some leadership and really decide we're going to keep fighting? We're going to keep fighting. Because this is an easy time to quit.
Well, I think if anyone's going to be that guy, logically, it's whoever's under center. But if I had to put my money on anyone, I'd probably say it's going to be Buster.
Well, they're going to keep Chisholm at quarterback, and he's going to have a running back to each side, 1 wide out each way. Then the whole world moved, and
it looks
Chisholm
like
dropped the snap, but it didn't matter.
He wasn't even ready for the snap.
He looks like a deer in the headlights out there. He just look.
He's not ready for this.
And again, I have taken some feedback that I've been giving Savino way too much credit. That there's a difference. He makes a difference. I'm sorry.
Wait, who is saying that you're giving him too much?
Doesn't matter.
Is it someone within Westport or outside of Westport?
Outside of Westport.
Well, then that's why. That carries no credence.
Because again, he makes a difference. Now, I'm not saying they win, but I'm not saying they're not a running clock midway
No.
through the third quarter. There's a handoff to Hopkins. He kept cutting it back, gets outside. He's got a first down, and he's pulled down right at the 30-yard line. Oh, I guess that may not be a first down.
Here's the biggest thing that having Savino does. We're not saying Savino is all world,
Second down and 3.
best quarterback ever, but what it does is it makes the defense be honest. It makes the defense respect the pass. They are not respecting the pass whatsoever tonight, and that's why we're seeing what we're seeing.
Chisholm drops back. He fires into the flats. Oh, my gosh. What a terrible throw. And he almost got Buster killed. Oh, boy. He threw it high and further over the middle, and he threw it right into the defender. Buster went to get it, and he got rocked.
That was number 10, Julius Gardner. He heck of a hit. Hey, and he broke on the ball great. So just simple little hitch pass. Most quarterbacks are putting that on the money, but yeah, you got a guy in there.
You never throw it to the middle.
No.
You never throw that ball high into the middle unless you want your wide receiver killed. 3rd and short here. They're going to go with the I formation. They're going to give it to the fullback, and he's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be 4th down and a long 3.
I'll say
Larry
this.
Brooks got nothing on that.
I'll say this, though, Galen. Going back to the Savino thing, whoever said that to you, that we give him too much credit, doesn't know football.
Well, you know,
I'm going to call him out right. I don't know who it is, but they don't know football because if Savino was playing tonight, you don't got 8-9 guys in the box at all time.
And what I told them is I said, if you watch, this is what I say to anybody who gives me criticism. Have you watched the games? And their answer was not all of them. And I said, well, then what you say doesn't matter. There's a handoff to Larry Brooks. He's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a turnover.
Wow, there's a little fight. There's a fight.
Where? How did he end up all the way over there? That's Velasquez. Ended up on the Dunnellon side. And 15-yard penalties coming on someone.
Yeah, so Velasquez and number 10, Julius Gardner, they were going at it on the sideline over there.
If it's a post-foul, if it's a post-play penalty, it still remains Dunnellon's football. It's just 15-yard penalty because it's a post-possession call.
I think it's going to be offsetting.
They're calling it now. They're going to call it against Dunnellon, but in the post-possession, it'll still be Dunnellon's ball. Instead of on the 25,
oh, wow, so
it'll be on the 40.
They're not calling it on Westport at all.
No, it's just Dunnellon. It'll be on the 40, and that will be the end of the third quarter. So we're going to step aside, and we'll be back to finish this football game with a running clock. Our score is 35-0 Dunnellon. You're listening to high school football right here on WOCA, The Source.
Is the internet driving business to your business? Hi, I'm Michael Warren with Brick City Interactive. At Brick City, we've been putting the web to work for businesses since 1998. We want to help you too, whether you're a real estate office, law office, medical office, manufacturer, retailer, a church, even a radio station like WOCA. We love to help businesses grow, and we have the knowledge and experience to make it happen. We offer professional, affordable web design, mobile responsive websites, search engine optimization, social media marketing, web video and promotions, online advertising, and more. Whether it's time for a redesign or whether you want to kickstart your existing website, let us help. Mention WOCA and we'll give you a free, no-obligation search engine optimization report for your website. This free report will give you practical steps to increase your search ranking. It's our gift to you from Brick City Interactive. Call us today at 352-351-1131 or visit us online at brickcity.com.
WOCA.
All right, welcome back to Dunnellon High School. Our score here is 35-0 as we start the fourth quarter. Dunnellon's got all their backups in. Anthony Hyde is the new quarterback, and he's going to be in shotgun. He's got 3 wideouts to the top, 1 to the bottom, and 1 back. He's going to keep it heads over the left side. He's got a huge hole, and that's going to come back for a holding call. And you know what? This has been a very well officiated game.
It has been. You know, they haven't been too crazy with the flags either, which I like, you know, because when we all know when there's a lot of flags thrown, it pretty much makes the game unwatchable.
First game of the year?
First game of the year, Ricky Howard. Oh, sorry, we're not supposed to say his name on the air, but hey, I'll say it anyways.
He knows me.
But yeah, no, well officiated game.
You know, that's the issue I have with MCYFL. They do not care how terrible the officiating is. They don't. I've been told, look, they show up. Well, you're paying them. Have a little professionalism. Go out and recruit some young kids who just graduated high school.
Well, my officials that I have at NFL Flag is Charlie Rocco and his crew.
Yeah, I can hear that, Nick. Yeah. All right, so here we go. It'll be first down and 20 now. Ball's going to be moved all the way out to the 42. Hyde is in shotgun. He's going to do a toss sweep to McCants. He heads over the right side and is brought down after about a 5-yard gain. It'll be second down and 12.
But going back to LaRocco and his crew.
That was a bigger gain than I thought.
Going back to LaRocco and his crew I have. That's
Did he
great.
listen to the game?
What's that? Yeah, I think he did, and he didn't like it, but he'll get over it real quick.
Well,
That's the thing. You know what I love about Charlie is he'll take a lot of shots, and he's going to take it. He doesn't get his feelings hurt very easy.
Well, that's good because he's an official.
Yeah. You got to have thick skin.
Well, you better tell him I didn't say anything. It was all you because he officiates my son's games. They're going to give it to the McCants on the end around from the fullback. He's got the edge. He's got the first down, and he's pushed down from behind. After a gain of 15, it'll be first and 10 from the 25. The running clock continues, 35-0. Westport trails.
Yeah, it's number 11, Leonard Hill, who made the pursuit tackle from behind there. But this is, I tell you, even with the backups Dunnellon has, they are still moving the ball effectively against the starters from Westport.
So Bryce Ballard's warming up on the sidelines. Not sure if that means he's going in. Maybe he can complete a pass.
Yeah, I think just mentally.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah.
It sounds terrible. Maybe he'll complete a pass.
Yeah, but at this point, Westport, they are mentally checked out.
They haven't completed a pass for the backup quarterback outside of that throw in overtime. All right, so Anthony Hyde's in shotgun, two wideouts each way.
They've completed 2 passes tonight.
Yeah, he's going to throw it out into the flat, and again, Gardner just let that ball get to his chest. He's pointing at something. I mean, I don't know what you want him to do. Catch the ball, son.
Dunnellon has not effectively passed the ball tonight.
They haven't needed to.
But when they've wanted to, they haven't. And they've dropped about 3 of those very simple screens tonight as well.
There was a really good pass that Townsend threw in the end zone to McCants.
Yeah.
I mean, they're up by 35. They haven't needed to. I understand what you're saying, but when you can run the football and you're dominating the line of scrimmage.
I'm saying when they have thrown it, they have not thrown it effectively.
Oh, and there's a fumbled snap. It goes over the head of Anthony Hyde. He falls on it. He'll be downed all the way at the 40. That'll be a loss of 15 on the play. That'll set up third down and 30. 25, we'll call it. Third down and 25. 8 minutes left to go here in this football game. Running clock, John.
So what do you do here if you're Dunnellon? Do you go ahead and take a shot here with your backup and give him some experience?
I think they're bringing in Bryce Ballard,
or do you just
JV
No, I'm saying Dunnellon.
They are. Anthony,
Do you throw the ball?
Yes.
Throw the ball here or just go ahead and run it?
I believe your job, the opposing team's job is to stop you. And if you've got backups, they're not trying to run it up. This kid needs reps.
Yeah.
He's a sophomore. Let him get some playing time. He rolls out to his right. He's looking into the flats. It's caught by LJ for about a 5-yard gain. It'll be fourth down and a country mile and a 15-yard penalty. Really stupid play there by Larry Brooks.
So that's going to be Larry Brooks' second.
It came after the whistle. He was not out of bounds, McCarson, but he was after the whistle.
That's going to be Larry Brooks' second personal foul of the night.
It's not an automatic first down. It'll be fourth down, and it looks like probably 6 or 7 because they're going to mark it from the 42. And I think it's – they get to keep the down, so it'll be third down. That's a silly penalty by the senior. So it'll be third down or fourth down, and 7.
I tell you, though, impressive throw there by the quarterback.
Hyde.
It's Hike or Hyde?
Hyde.
It says Hike on the roster over
there.
I'm
calling him Hyde.
H-Y-C-H-E.
I have an H-Y-D-E.
No. I'm looking at Max Preps.
No, it's a different. My roster's right here.
Hey, but impressive throw. He was getting hit on the run.
Hyde. Oh, I can't see shit. All right, he's going to drop back. He's going to fire across the middle, and it's broken up. Good defense there by the Wolfpack, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Listen, I don't trust your pronunciations. I mean, you were calling when they played Forest a couple weeks ago. You were calling Antonio Grimes for an entire half.
Yeah.
And I had to correct you
I'm a pro.
several times.
Leonard.
Leonard.
Look, if you go with it consistently, all right, let their mama call me.
Well,
I just try to be consistent.
You're
just a troll.
You know what we should do? We should give everyone, before every game, give them our Twitter handles. That way, if they got any complaints, they can tweet us.
Correct. Yeah, I don't have anything else to do. Boy, it was and
we'll get
week.
some more followers and potentially a blue check mark. There we go.
You know what? I was given the opportunity to apply for one because I do have a radio show. I'm on the air every morning. And I'm like, I really don't know if I want that. I feel like that would have some responsibility.
Responsibility to what?
I have no idea. I'm just making that up.
Responsibility to report the truth? because there's a lot of media news people out there that have blue check marks that don't report the truth.
The blue check mark brigade. Yeah, I don't know. All right, our score is 35-0. They just had the water break. I want to thank McCarson Electric. 352-812-4486. If you're listening to the game at this point, you're probably familiar with that. Here comes Ballard, the freshman, getting his first snap at the varsity level under I formation. He gets the snap. That's important. That's a lot harder than you think it is. He'll pick up 7 on the run is Miller. That'll set up second down, and they're going to just mark him down after a 5-yard gain.
I tell you, Bullard, he looks excited to be out there.
He should be.
He's got some pep in his step.
He's a sophomore.
He's got some command out there at the team right now. I'm excited to see this.
He's a sophomore, but he's going to hand it off again to Miller. Miller runs really hard. Haven't seen a whole lot of them. And look at all the pancaking that went on at the offensive line. There's 5 guys laying on top of each other.
Yeah.
My boy Henry getting it done. Nice job. .458 left to go. Let's see if they let Ballard throw the ball.
That's what I was
going
to say. I hope Coach Rem gives him an opportunity to throw the ball a little bit here.
Maybe let Buster get a catch. 1st and 10, ball sits at the 35, I formation. Ballard looks around. He's going to give it to the running back, Miller, who breaks a tackle, carries another guy. Where's this been all night? You could tell the backups are in for Dunnellon.
Well, the backups are in for Dunnellon, so we're getting a little bit more push here. But that was
and the
number 8,
starters,
Sam Riles for Dunnellon on the tackle.
And the starters are still in for Westport. They don't want to get shut out. They want to score.
It's about pride now.
Lightsy's going to come in at the running back position.
We haven't seen Lightsy a whole lot tonight.
He's not had a good game. He's fumbled a couple of times. I formation, running back or wide receiver to each side. Ballard's going to give it to the deep man who dives ahead. Miller again picks up 3. It'll be 3rd and short.
Lightsy in the beginning of the season, he was playing a lot of wide receiver.
Yeah.
Switching a lot of wide receiver, running back, and we haven't really seen him at either position. And but it seems like maybe they're switching his focus to more corner.
Sure. Well, and this is Ballard's opportunity to become the starter.
Yeah.
You got to let him throw the ball around.
Well, let's rephrase that. Starter for the remainder of the season.
Okay. He rolls out to his right. He's going to get the first down. No. He's going to be brought down a yard shy.
He's not.
Boy, he's not quick of foot.
He's not going to be the starter next year.
It's hard to come back off of a. We'll see. Yeah, understood. You're right. Savino is the starter. Agreed. Yeah. What I meant was for the rest of the year.
Yeah, going into the playoffs.
Yeah, and again, the JV season's over, so you don't have to worry about that. The kid's a sophomore. Let's see what he's got.
Honestly,
nobody else has been affected.
He may be, from what I'm seeing so far, I think Bullard may be their best chance to be successful in the playoffs.
He looks calm and collective. He looks like he belongs out there. You know what I mean? I formation. He's going to give it to the fullback who dives ahead. That'll be – where's the football? Where's the football? Oh, all right. He had it. I didn't see it there. I thought it popped out. It'll be enough for a first down. And they're moving the football. Ball sits now at the 45. This is the longest drive they've had of the day. You got nothing, John?
Well, no, I'm looking here, and the difference you see with Bullard at quarterback right now. I mean, it's even his footwork when he's handing the ball off and carrying out his fakes. It's completely different. I think maybe he should have been the guy at quarterback all night tonight. Just gonna throw it out there.
Yeah. And they're going to give it to Miller, who heads over the left side. He's brought down after a 3-yard gain. That'll set up 2nd and 7, 1:58 left to go. If Westport wants to score here, they're going to have to throw it.
Yeah, and that was number 7, McCants. McCants is still in the ball game. I guess with it being senior night, they're
Let the seniors play.
Let the seniors play a little bit more, and he's in their defense, and that was a great tackle.
Well, it looks like they put the starters back in just to make sure they got the shutout.
I think they're
Fitzpatrick's back out there.
I think they're trying to.
Bashaw's out there.
They're trying to secure the shutout.
Yeah, I respect that. 2nd and 9, especially on senior night. Yeah. Let's see if he lets him throw the football.
That's a big deal.
He drops back. He's looking over. He comes back over the middle. He's looking for Buster Barnes, and it's picked off and then dropped. But there is a flag.
You know, I think they're going to
interference.
I think they're going to call that. I think they're going to call that offensive pass interference.
No, I think that's defensive pass interference. He held him. So it looked like number 3 for Dunnellon, Timothy Holiday, held him, and that'll be a 10-yard penalty.
Not a bad throw.
No, it was at least he had a chance to go get it. It's the best thrown ball of the night.
Yes,
by any Westport quarterback.
100%.
So there won't be a lot of traffic getting out tonight, John.
No, there won't.
Everybody's leaving.
Everyone's leaving. Plus, you have a limited crowd to worry about because of the COVID protocols where they only allowed limited people in the stands. Hey, we only have 1 minute to go until we see the virtue signaling
the run by?
Post-game run by in lieu of doing a handshake.
All right.
After they've been tackling and hitting each other all night.
It'll be 1st and 10. They're going to move the ball all the way up to the 39 after the pass interference. So Ballard is going to be underneath the center in the I formation. There's a official's timeout. Now they're going to run the clock. Ballard gets the Wolfpack up to the line. Under I formation. He's going to give it to the running back, Miller, who puts his head down and picks up 3. And that'll set up 2nd down and 7. Check that. That's Lightsey.
They got the clock running down. 40 seconds to go. Maybe they let's see if maybe they just want to go and chuck a couple deep here.
2nd and 8. Now's the time. 38 seconds and going. Ballard drops back. He's going to look to his left. He fires, and it's absolutely dropped by Chisholm. Not sure why Chisholm stopped and came back.
Yeah, I think he heard footsteps. We had L.J. Fitzpatrick right there, and quite honestly, even if he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
You still got to catch it.
Fitzpatrick was right there.
You got to catch that.
Oh, yeah, you got to catch it.
3rd and 8.
He wasn't going anywhere.
Last play of the game. Let's see if Ballard can get it off. He needs to hurry. I formation. He drops back, throws the same route. And Chisholm doesn't do anything with it because L.J. Fitzpatrick
was
is
right there, and that's what would have happened
Great
on the
defense.
last play, even if he caught it, like I said.
Again, better thrown ball.
Yes.
Better thrown ball.
Absolutely.
I think that's your starting quarterback going forward.
I think Coach Rem just found his starting quarterback in the 4th quarter.
And he wasn't scared.
No.
No, it's never too late. This game didn't matter in the sense of the playoffs. Did not matter, right?
Yeah, didn't matter. But you know what? He had a little bit more moxie to him.
So Steve Rim's still not happy with the white cap. He's trying to get a call of some kind.
Well,
but,
and here comes the virtue signaling of the run by.
You love this.
This is my favorite
You know what
part.
I love? I love the fact that you love this. The coaches can hug and kiss. But
didn't they? You know,
players-
the election is over. You don't have to do this anymore. You don't have to do the fake handshake anymore.
I love it.
COVID,
I love it.
COVID's gone. It's not a thing anymore.
You've been dead quiet for like the last 10 minutes, and then you're just waiting for this virtue signal.
Yes. It's the best part of the game.
All right, so when is our next game? We're going to figure that out when we come back. I think we have 3 weeks until the playoffs, but
I'm not even sure.
2? Yeah, it's the 20th. Well, it is a home game, and we'll talk about that when we get back. But right now, we're going to step aside. And before we do that, I want to thank McCarson Electric, 352-812-4486. Are you going to sponsor the playoffs? Yes! We have a sponsorship for the playoffs.
Wait, that's a separate sponsorship?
No. It's the same for all. Every game's a different sponsorship. He hasn't paid it yet. He hasn't gotten the bill, but we'll see. All right, but our final here at Dunnellon is 35-0. Tigers with a big win. It puts a real stamp on their season. So we're going to step aside, and when we come back, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about how Leslie McCarson got thrown out of the game for using the air horn as well. You're listening to high school football right here on WOCA, The Source.
And you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
2 men in a truck.
I'm back. That's right. Tom Schmidt's back on WOCA with a show called Ocala Talks. We'll talk about everything Ocala and surrounding areas, plus a little bit of sports as well. Every weekday, Monday through Thursday, 11 to 12, Tom Schmidt's with Ocala Talks. Right here on WOCA, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source. Check out Tom starting October 1st. That's Thursday.
Have you recovered from COVID-19? If so, we're glad you're safe and well again. Do you want to join the ranks of heroes? Studies show that donating convalescent plasma after being 14 days symptom-free from COVID can help with recovery of patients who suffer from the virus. Donate today at a local Life South donor center and help save others from COVID-19. Be a hero. Donate today. Visit lifesouth.org for more information.
Attention WOCA listeners. Do you or someone you know have an outgoing personality with great organizational skills? Well, WOCA is looking for a few good people to join our marketing reps team. You get to meet other great people and business leaders in our community. WOCA Radio offers flexible schedules, great income potential, and some really great fringe benefits too. So if you enjoy talking to people and getting paid to do it, this may be the right choice for you. Apply within or send your resumes to careers@woca.com.
WOCA.
Back to Dunnellon High School, and this game's all over. Not a good performance tonight by Westport. They lose 35-0. Again, want to thank McCarson Electric, 352-812-4486. John Ivory, talk to me about tonight's game before we move forward to Juice Creek.
Yeah. We're going to get into that, why we call them Juice Creek. But yeah, no, so a little bit of a disappointing night. I know we were all expecting a little bit more out of Westport High School, but
it's
listen,
hard not to be disappointed with this performance.
Yeah, well, none of us expected Westport to win the football game. Well, maybe you did.
No. Yes, I thought it would be competitive.
What's Leslie yelling at me about down there?
I don't know. She got thrown out of the game for using the air horn.
Yeah, she's saying cut it off.
Now she's heckling
She's
us.
saying cut it off or something. But so listen, disappointing night tonight. They just. I at least expected them to maybe move the ball a little bit more effectively. In the run game. I didn't expect much out of the pass game, but ultimately, I think Dunnellon just had a very good game plan defensively and just said, hey, listen, we dare you to throw the ball, and we're going to play the run every play. And that's exactly what they did.
Any positives to take away?
I think the best positive to take away from this is I think they found their quarterback for the playoffs in Bullard. I think that's the positive in this. They went with 3 different quarterbacks, and quite honestly, the offense looked the most functional with him under center.
Yeah, they got 2 first downs, which is more than they had. And again, to put this game into perspective as to what a dominant performance it was by Dunnellon, Westport never got into Dunnellon's side of the 50.
Nope.
It was a complete dominating performance by this Dunnellon Tiger team. And they could do whatever they wanted to do after the first possession. They got stopped. Westport came out, got a first down, and then went 3 and out after that. And out. I know they didn't look that great in the passing game, but when they wanted to, they could complete a pass.
Yep.
On the Westport side, the lack of quarterback just really handcuffed. You could, and Steve is incredibly creative, but they were getting dominated on the offensive line because they had 9 guys in the box. They couldn't do anything.
Nope.
It's hard to block 9 guys.
And not only that, but I mean, even the pass game. I mean, they couldn't even hit the little simple short passes. And Dunnellon literally said, "I dare you to throw the ball." They were given about 8 yards cushion to the wide receivers, and still nothing. I mean, they couldn't even hit the short little quick passes. So, but let's move on to the playoffs.
Yeah, one quick thing before we go. Another great season by this Dunnellon team.
Oh yeah.
And Price Harris is just getting it done out here. He's building something.
Yeah.
This team is fundamentally sound. They don't make a lot of mental mistakes. They don't hurt themselves with penalties. You know, there are a couple of personal fouls, but those were all on the Westport side.
Yeah.
You know, I think there was one on Dunnellon side on the sideline. But this is a very, very disciplined football team. And this is the kind of team that can go deep in the playoffs.
I don't have anything here. Sorry, we're having
it's all right.
We're having some
so
sound
let's
issues
talk
over
about Spruce Creek. So they're going to come to Westport. Westport's going to host a playoff game for the first time, and Nick's ready to go. So they're going to host a playoff game
I can't hear him
for November 20th. Right? First home game ever at Westport.
Yep, and they play Spruce Creek, who is based out of the greater Daytona area. I think technically they're in Port Orange.
Yeah, they're
right.
In Port Orange.
Right. And
yes.
it's a season where everyone makes the playoffs. It doesn't matter what your record is.
And I know nothing about Spruce Creek.
Well, and I'm looking at them right now, so it looks like they are a 3-3 football team. They lost to Mainland High School first game of the year, 13-10.
That's a big school.
Mainland's a good program, and they barely lost to Mainland. Then they actually beat New Smyrna Beach 30-8, which is a big win. They lose to Dunnellon 30-24, who Dunnellon's a really good program.
Yeah.
They beat Seabreeze 21-14. They beat University 27-22, and then they barely lose to Seminole 28-24. So this is a good football team. Well, and here's the thing about Spruce Creek. You remember the old Bellevue teams under Brent Hall where we were always known as, hey, the big, bad offensive line, the best weightlifting team in the program? That's going to be Spruce Creek. They have the best weightlifting program in the history of the state of Florida.
It's unbelievable.
27 state championships for weightlifting that they have. And that doesn't even include all the individual state championships that they have as for their individual weightlifters.
Yeah.
That's as a group they have 27. The individual state championships they have for weightlifting is probably over 100.
Wow.
If I had to guess.
Wow.
You know, in the day is their nickname was Juice Creek because of how good they were in weightlifting. Say, hey, these guys are juicy.
They're the Jose Canseco's of high school weightlifting.
Juice rhymes with spruce, so you get my point there. But hey, we really shouldn't joke around about that in today's sensitive environment, I guess. I don't know.
Get over it.
But
well,
hey.
So again, Westport, they have till the 20th. Maybe by then we'll know who the president is. Maybe by then Westport will know who their quarterback is. Both are a big question mark. But no matter what, Westport can, or Westport.
We have a president. What
no, I think the Westport found one tonight. Tough night for Westport. Big night for Dunnellon. Final score 35-0. The Tigers roll. For John Ivory, the Troll, I'm Galen Unold, and when we go back on November 20th, the Cavs will be back so we can have story time again.
Yes.
But until then, stay safe and keep counting ballots.
Yes, that's right.
All right. Hey, again, want to thank McCarson Electric, Life South Community Blood Centers. And again, feel free to tune in. I do the radio show every morning at 8 a.m. on WOCA with Tom Schmitz. So, for John and Nick on the sound. I think we're getting better and better. I'm Galen Unold. You've been listening to high school football right here on WOCA, The Source.